What's up, everybody? I finally got the finger from Dirt. I was waiting for that finger. I love when Dirt fingers me. I am Owen Money. This is Owen and Dirt's Pop Culture Radio. That over there is Dirt McCoy.
Yes, sir.
With the best fingers in radio. Joining us, as usual. I mean, 99% of the time he's here. 99.9% of the time he's here. It's a bearded wonder.
Hey.
The big bushy. I don't know. I guess it's just bushy. I like an adjective to go along with it or something, right? Adjective is the right word, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
adjective.
Yeah.
Or a verb. What is a verb?
Verb's an action word. It's
Action.
something you're doing.
All right.
Like I'm growing a beard. Growing is the verb.
Yes. Yeah.
I sometimes use your
Are you
name
surprised
as a
I
verb.
knew that?
But growing a bushy beard, bushy would be the adjective.
Right.
Well, I like to bushy myself sometimes when I'm home alone.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds fucked up.
And that way you're a verb. Anyway, welcome to the program, everybody. We're a little bit more laid back today than we were last week. Last week was quite a show. It was fucking awesome, and I don't know if you're on the Facebook page already and saw the little clip I uploaded. I might have to delete that.
already backpedaling?
Last week I tried to do something kind of funny, and
Very funny.
Boston Brit's a great sport. Last week was kind of a special show because we off air we had some guests here,
Yeah.
and we couldn't get a babysitter, Boston Brit and I, and so we split shifts.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did the first shift, she did the second shift of the show, and because we did it this way, we weren't live, and I figured I'd have a little fun and play something, and I embellished on a story a little bit, and
Oh, are you apologizing right now?
I don't know if I mean, look, somebody texted me and said she was really super embarrassed by the clip. She didn't realize that I played the X-Files song and I did the noises.
Oh, man. Somebody texted her about it?
No, I uploaded it before I got here, and I guess while she was at home, she saw the alert, and so she watched it. And me and her together watched the part where you played her the song. And
But she hadn't seen the whole.
She
you,
hadn't
like,
seen the
leading up
first
to
part.
it and everything.
Yeah.
So the face was even more angry than we seen during the song.
Probably. Well, she's not angry. That's the thing that bugged me. She's really embarrassed. She said so.
Oh, man.
So I'm like, man, should I?
There's a
delete
book
this?
called Everybody Poops. I mean, it's
Yeah, I
fine.
know. Jon Stewart has talked about it.
Well-
And he's a respected broadcaster.
Yeah, I will say that
Do we need to get Tom Brokaw to talk about it?
sure if we can.
Maybe not him. Dan Rather. I think he'd do it.
I just want everybody to know that maybe not everything I say is 100% accurate. Maybe I don't hear the full. Maybe I just smelt it a little bit. You know, I don't know if it's not any better.
Oh, maybe you embellished it because you're because you're a broadcaster. Because, hey, you got to sell the story.
The truth is, Brittany does not poop. She doesn't have any large intestines, and when she eats food, she just spits it back out. So, she is.
And I'm rich, don't have sugar gliders, and got a giant dick.
I don't know. I might. I don't know. What would you do? I mean, if your girl or even a friend.
I wouldn't even acknowledge it. Listen, I'm going to tell you this, and she will back this up when we get off of this segment. When I fart, if she laughs, I give her that whole look at her face like, are we a fucking child?
How dare you laugh at my flatulence?
I'm just like, whenever
Grow
a fart
up.
happens, when a fart happens, I'm just like,
Stone
nope,
cold.
do not mention it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm weird. I used to not have a problem like farting in front of a woman or something, but then I don't know. I heard something like, once you get, I guess I've been married enough times where I've seen where you are when you're dating, and then you get used to each other, and then you turn a road and you see things and smell things that you just can't not unsee or smell. So that person, like me, I'm a a big old hairy guy, and without associating a fart noise and smell to me, I'm bad enough. Then if you start hearing me fart and smell my fucking ass all the time, that makes me look even worse. So I'm the type of guy that's like, you know what? I'm going to keep my farts to myself as much as I can. I mean, they squeak out every once in a while, you know,
This is the best apology ever.
This just goes for the woman, by the
I
way.
fart too, and it stinks too.
But I don't like
be
you to
mad at
smell
me.
it.
Yours aren't that bad. They're teeny little ones.
Well,
They're just a little stinkers.
Again, I'm lying. Anyway, I have no problem farting in front of my guy friends or even the boy. We'll go in the other room and he'll fart, and I'm like, you call that a fart? Listen to this, motherfucker, and he'll realize what a fart is. But I don't know. Just when it comes to Brittany, you know, I just like to keep the love as fresh as possible. No pun intended. But anyway, I love her dearly, and just like the song says, even angels poop too sometimes. She is my angel. But I don't know whether I'll delete it or not. So if you're listening to this live or in the replay, go check our Facebook page. Check that last video I put up, or YouTube. It's on YouTube as well.
Hey, babe, I'm sorry. Everybody go watch it right now before I take
Watch
it
it
down.
before I delete it. It embarrassed her to no end, and
Run
I
up the views.
apologize.
Okay, so I have to play this now because I think it's poignant.
All right.
So are we all familiar with the actor Gary Oldman?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
So Gary Oldman
Batman guy,
Right.
Or,
he was in Harry Potter. He's
Commissioner
been in a
Gordon.
lot of stuff, right? But so he was on Stephen Colbert's podcast this week, and Stephen Colbert decided to take some of his like famous scenes and edit them a bit, and he played it for him on the air. Now we're talking about an actor of the caliber of Gary Oldman,
yeah.
and he's watching these famous scenes of him that Stephen Colbert has remixed, and he loses his shit fucking laughing. Well, I'm just going to play it, and I want you to hear what Stephen Colbert brings to him.
I have here an example. We took some of our favorite performances of yours.
Hold on. He asked him, he goes, do you ever think that maybe some of your performances could have been better if there was a random fart noise just thrown in? And this is what he gets. And you can see Gary Oldman already. All right, now just listen to this.
I have here an example. We took some of our favorite performances of yours and added that undefinable Jackson Lamb quality. Here we go.
And I bid you welcome, Mr. Harcourt, to my house. Come.
I want you to listen to me very carefully, Harry.
That was my favorite one. The kid's just looking at him.
The visual's pretty good too.
Get off my plane.
Any regrets of holding out this long?
You got him tearing
I
up on
have
that.
here an example.
I had to, after we talked about Brit, I had to play that. That's the
Well, have you ever heard of the farting preacher? That fucking
No.
reminds me of the farting preacher. Listen to this shit. Hold on. This was like popular 10 years ago. So sorry for the data. Do I not have it set up right?
Watch this. For I have seen all that I've seen what Laban's done unto. Isn't that amazing? And my word will not return void, and it will go to that which it was sent.
So I have to preface this. He is a very animated, or he used to be. I don't know if he's alive anymore. Evangelist preacher, and so he'll start going like, "Jesus is the best," and oh my God, he's talking to me. He's talking to me. And so somebody took his shows and took that stuff and just inserted fart noises in the best places. So listen to this.
And it will prosper. But life and joy and the nature of God. Oh, hallelujah. And bread for eating will also provide and multiply. Oh, that's the opening of the windows of heaven. This is decreeing faith.
Need to open the windows for heaven.
thing.
Okay, you got me.
Excuse me. And it shall be established unto thee the force, the spiritual force of the spiritual power. He is preparing for you as we even speak. I smell heaven's bakery cooking up something good for you, sister.
That's enough of that. Check it out. Farting Preacher.
Oh,
I love
Lord.
farts. Make me laugh anyway. And Brittany, everybody does it, even the preachers out there. So, not that I've ever heard her fart. Like, again, it's embellishment. But go listen to the clip before I delete it.
I'm gonna say this because all parties of this are dead right now.
Okay.
But I will say that when I was a kid, my grandmother and grandfather were part of this, like the Masonic lodge sort of thing.
Yeah.
And my grandmother had this group of women that were friends of hers that were almost like other grandmothers to us and stuff like that. Well, there was this one woman, and I'm not going to say her name because who knows? Maybe she has. I'm sure she has relatives. But anyway,
Farted Bell.
she would fart like a man, super loud in the middle of like dinner or a speech or something, and she would rip like a truck driver fart. And she was an old ass lady, and
Butthole's worn out.
and I would laugh, and my grandmother would get mad at me and go, "She has a medical condition; she can't help it." And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about a medical condition.
Called old butthole.
If someone's up there fucking giving a speech and you rip a fucking wet one, I'm gonna laugh. I'm 6, right? But I never heard a woman fart like that. To this day, I have never heard a woman like rip a like windows fucking flapping open, like Looney Tunes fucking shutters burst open fart like that. And this lady would do it on all the fucking time.
Talent's talent.
Have you ever accidentally farted like out in public and everybody?
Oh
heard
yeah,
it?
of course. Yeah. Who the fuck you think you're talking to?
I mean,
Never, but that's also why I had to have an operation. I have part of my colon removed because it created a bubble. So I never fart around people.
is that why?
No.
No.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
No, I did once.
It couldn't help. You know?
This has scarred me. I mean, it was like 20 years ago. I was at a hotel and I was checking out, and I thought it was going to be like one of those silent ones because you can feel it sometimes. And I'm like, she's like, hold on, let me print up your deal. And there's 2 girls behind the desk, and I go, all right, no problem. And I thought I was going to squeak one out, but it went. Their eyes, they didn't look up. Their eyes both got big. I heard a little chuckle. I got quiet, and my face turned red, and I just got the fuck out of there. I'm like, I don't need a receipt.
Well, you got to realize, too, because I'm as tall as I am, my ass is closer to people's heads.
Oh.
So
Right in your breathing
Yeah.
zone.
I got to be real careful.
Yeah, I had a. Well, I guess he's still alive. I consider him a friend. I haven't talked to him in a while, but I had a friend who's in a wheelchair, and I used to take him to the bathroom and stuff every once in a while. Wheel him there, and he would talk about how when he's sitting down there at a concert or something, it's just fart
yeah.
after fart after fart, and he smells it all down.
Damn.
Yeah, it sucks.
That's going to be the worst part of being handicapped, is eating all the farts.
It's not the not walking part. It's having to eat all
No,
the
yeah, you're a fart eater now.
You're a fart eater now.
Not having to walk actually sounds pretty good, but eating the farts not the
That's
best.
the next Lord of the Rings movie. Fart eater.
Fart eaters.
Oh man.
But hey, we mentioned
Farts. Farts for dinner. Farts for breakfast. Farts for lunch. Farts at every single meal. Why can't we have some farts? Oi. That's Misfits. The song's called Brains. But we can change it to farts, and I think it would be a real hit. I think the kids would love it.
I
They'll
might have
TikTok
to-
dance to it.
AI fart song after all this. Well, I did last week. Go listen to it before I delete it. But anyway, anything else going on this week with y'all? Personal lives, everything good? Your mom's good?
Yeah, she's okay for now.
Your mom's good?
Yeah.
I got a text last night, which filled me with excitement. It was from one of my grandmother's neighbors. She was asking. Let me pull it up. It's a long one. So my grandmother's neighbors are old.
Wait,
so.
do you have your phone set for old people text?
Okay, I made it smaller. Yeah, is that better?
No, I mean when you pulled that up, it was like the text was like,
you know you can just zoom in and it makes the text bigger and
I
smaller.
know, but
right?
when I'm doing this, a little buzz when I'm trying. Okay.
I thought you had your phone set so that the text was like this goddamn big. Like
I do.
The person at the back of the bus can read that text.
She said basically, "Hi, this is my name is Dorothy too. I live across the street from your grandmother. I've not seen her for 2 or 3 days, and her garage door is usually up, but it's been down."
This could go to a really dark place, like really fast.
Well, listen, and her mail is in her mailbox, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, see, this on top of like 4 days ago or a couple weeks ago, somebody like from the diner where she usually eats at called me, and I saw it on my phone, and she's of the age now where I'm expecting that phone call any day saying like she's gone. So I get this text from this lady who lives across the street, hasn't seen or heard from her for days. And I'm like, fuck, I'll give her a call. And I can't call her on her cell phone anymore. She's done with the cell phone.
Okay.
She wants to pay in cash. They don't want cash. She has credit cards, but she's stubborn and old too.
I go through that bullshit. I like to pay in cash, and it's $1 extra if you pay in cash, and you have to have exact change, and they call it a convenience fee.
Yeah. Well, she didn't like that.
Not very convenient.
Yeah, it's not. It's a racket. But anyway, so I didn't get a hold of her, and I'm like, Brittany's like, why don't you call or drive up there or call the police and have them do a wellness check? I'm like, nah, let's just let her suffer for a little longer. If she's laying on the ground, dying.
Oh man.
But no, I knew she wouldn't be because she's too. She's like a roach.
Too stubborn to die.
Cantankerous.
She's a human roach and will not succumb to that shoe that is on top of her head. What the fuck? So
is she okay? Like you're a little long story to tell us she's dead or not.
I got into bed. I said, Brittany, let's go to bed. It's like 8:30. I'm tired, and she's like, we gotta find out about your grandmother. I go, do we?
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
So about 9:15, I decided to give her another call, and it just rang and rang and rang. The voice, the answering machine never picked up, and I go, Brittany, and nobody answered. The answering machine didn't pick up. She's obviously home now and on the phone. We don't have to worry. And
someone picks up, they're just like, leave me alone, fool. I'm with Dot now, sucker.
No, apparently Brittany.
You lost your chance, motherfucker.
Apparently that wasn't good enough for Brittany, so she had to call her. And this time, I don't know if my grandmother's screening phone calls and doesn't want to talk to me sometimes, but she picked right up on Brittany's phone call. And they talked for a good 30 minutes, so ha-ha, joke's on you, Brittany. But she's fine. She was just getting home. She's been very busy with her friend. And I find it funny that this woman who's twice my age, 90-something years old, I'm 45, was out partying or doing whatever she was doing while I was at home in bed.
That's amazing. I love your grandma so much. She's amazing.
You can have her. I mean,
I'd love to.
Well, maybe we could give her a call in a little bit because I do want to ask her if she's heard about this Gene Hackman story.
Oh yeah.
There was some new news about it.
Yeah.
Week.
That's
I saw
such
it.
a sad story.
So I read the story this morning. We'll get into it. Maybe we'll do a second segment. We'll call her grandma.
Yeah.
Okay. But I read the story this morning, and there's some. This is not going to go away anytime soon. There's going to be a lot of fighting in the court system over this.
Did you hear about?
Do you know anything about it? Okay.
I know nothing other than the details of his death.
Okay.
At this point.
Yeah,
So-
we'll get into that. But
It looks like. Well, I'll just reset everything. It looks like Gene Hackman lived a week, 2 weeks,
a week or so after his wife. Yeah.
His wife had a disease that she gets from like rat feces or
Yeah.
something.
Which also is very common in that area of the country, in New Mexico, and
And they said she was cleaning out the garage. They have a detached garage or something. And
Yeah.
She's been cleaning that stuff out there, and there's a lot of rats out there. So she probably got a disease that just feels like you have a cold.
Yeah.
So it's nothing horrible. It's not like you're bleeding from your eyeballs. It's
Right.
not like you can't breathe. It's just you have this horrible disease and you don't know. So if you're feeling, I'm the worst. I'm a hypocrite when I'm about to say this, but if you're not feeling well, go to the doctor. I mean, that's the best thing you can do.
Well, and also I think for her it would have been probably more of a that's what you should do when your husband has late stage Alzheimer's.
That too.
You know what I mean? Like you're literally responsible. Like he's depending on you for everything.
Yep.
You know?
Exactly. exactly. So so she gets this disease and she dies in the bathroom, like getting pills or something. He's so out of it, he doesn't even know, and he I guess lives for another week and a half doing whatever he does.
Yeah.
With a body rotten in the bathroom. Like, how do you?
And then they had a dog that had just had surgery that was locked in a
kennel.
crate in the house.
I was about to say they both basically starved to death, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
He
yeah.
was so out of it, he didn't even know to feed himself.
Probably, yeah.
So
But he said he died of heart disease. But I mean, also like people who have Alzheimer's don't know, like they're not able to like cognitively know what they need. It's like, you know, you're hungry and you don't know, oh, if I just eat, this goes away. Like Alzheimer's is a motherfucker, dude. I went through it with my grandmother. Like you don't understand like anything. Like all of your basic survival instincts that you have, your body doesn't understand any of that anymore.
Are you still you inside though, or are you not?
My grandmother was not.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I went through it with my grandmother too, and she was literally like one of those people that, you know, if you came over, she was making everybody breakfast. You know, how do you like your toast buttered? You know, like I mean, literally one of the nicest people to ever live. And it was the polar opposite once she had Alzheimer's. She I mean, like just say the worst shit you could ever think of to you.
My grandmother
it was
got
almost
into
like a form of
fights.
Tourette's.
She got into fights with people in the nursing home. Like, she would just say terrible things, like and like stuff so out of her character. And I mean, she would like before like the warning signs were like. She was, my uncle would come over to the house and she would have like a full fucking meal cooked on the table and waiting for my grandfather to get home, who had died in the 90s. Mm-hmm. And like my grandmother passed away the week that we got this house in 2017. Mm-hmm. So she was 91. So like we started seeing these signs in like, you know, 2014, 15, 16, where in my she would call my uncle and say, I need somebody to take me home. And she was at home. Mm-hmm. And so he would have to pick her up. She would be in her fucking clothes, ready to go with her purse. He would have to get her in the car, drive her around the block, and come back into the driveway. And she's like, "Oh, I feel like I've been gone for a week." Like that.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
But would you now that you guys have seen that? I haven't seen that firsthand. I just hear stories about it. But would you rather have that happen to you, where you kind of just slowly or rapidly, I'm not sure, like dissolve as a person? Or would you want like a, like a disease where you slowly waste away, but you know what's going on?
If I'm picking out of those two, I'm taking Alzheimer's.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Think about it. If you're conscious of the fact that you're not able to do the shit that you used to do that makes you happy,
yeah,
that's way worse than just not knowing.
Well,
you know what I mean?
My biggest thing,
in my opinion,
with you like tonight at like 3:00 in the morning or something, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna. It's going to be quiet, and I'm going to think for a second, man, I'm one day closer to the day that I finally die. And then I start going down this rabbit hole where how old do you think my kids are going to be now? And what are they going to be sad when I'm dead? And I realize that I think it's my childhood trauma, losing my dad and not being able to deal with it properly.
Right.
And it's showing up now in 3:00 in the morning when I'm trying to sleep. But I then think, well, maybe I'll be lucky, and maybe my mind will start going. Maybe I'll get something like Gene Hackman had, where I just will slowly, everything will fade away, and I will. But then I start thinking about everybody around me, how horrible it is for you guys.
Right.
You've seen that.
No, I know what you mean.
So it's like this thing that I start chasing. There's no happy ending to anything, and then I say, "Stop it, Owen. Watch a damn clip from the dumb show you just did with your buddies and start fucking laughing." And then that's what I do. And that's what we all got to do when we start getting down.
So,
real quick, I appreciate you going into all that, because it is rough kind of being where I am. You could say I'm maybe, where you were years ago. And you go, oh, it's all, the grass is always green on the other side. But my mind works very similar to yours. And I'm like, yes. So I get to the other side and the grass is greener, but I don't like the way it's cut. This fucking weed's growing over here.
You start complaining about the life you don't even have.
Yeah, and you're not satisfied with what you aspired to before that you now have.
Yeah, it's a fucking it's a sickness. I really think it is a sickness. But I mean, mental illness. Yeah. So.
Well, so you guys.
Back to our story with you.
No. Are you guys familiar with Glenn Campbell? Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
I love this soup.
Yeah.
No, Glenn Campbell is so Glenn Campbell is he was a country music singer. He's one of these guys that was like he's like a Forrest Gump in music. He filled in for when Brian Wilson stopped touring with the Beach Boys. Glenn Campbell like became a member of the Beach Boys, toured with them. He had a bunch of like classic country hits like Wichita Linesman back in the 70s. He's one of these guys that was like guitar slinger. Like you watch Glenn Campbell play guitar and you're like, man, this motherfucker was just out of this world. Well,
Rhinestone Cowboy.
Yeah, like a rhinestone cowboy. Yeah, that was him. But anyway, he died with Alzheimer's. And so one of the things he did was in the last he decided to do one last tour with his family. Had his family, his daughter in the band and all this stuff. And they made a documentary of it called I'll Be Me. Well, the thing is, the last thing he did was he wrote a song to his family while he was still able to do so and recorded it. And it's called I'm Not Gonna Miss You.
Okay.
And it's him explaining to his family, you're gonna have to understand that when
I'm dead.
that
I'm not gonna worry
when this happens, I'm not gonna know it's happening. And being a fucking fabulous fucking songwriter and musician, he's nailed it so fucking hard. I'm gonna play the song really quick for you because this is like this is a fucking a music fucking master telling his family this is what's gonna happen. And just listen to this shit.
I'm still here, but yet I'm gone. I don't play guitar or sing my songs. It never defined who I am. The man that loved you till the end. You're the last person I will love. You're the last place I will recall. And best of all, I'm not gonna miss you.
It's kind of raw. He said, best of all, I'm not going to miss you.
No, but for him it is.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Trying to live this depressing ass fucking.
Welcome to the first segment. We'll cry in the second one.
No, it's good. I was just fucking around.
No, it is a good.
Yeah.
No, I want to cry a little bit. Yeah.
I say I love you too.
I think what's the feelings that are coming up
It's
inside
just
me.
Yeah,
Hold on.
it's one of those things where like when I watched the documentary, and what's crazy is they followed him through like the diagnosis and all that stuff, and what's funny is the doctor had to like pull it out of him. They were doing a cognizance test with him, and he was just cracking jokes the whole time. And they're like, "Where do you live?" And he's like, "Well, where do you live? I'm gonna stop by later on tonight." And they're like, well, "You're shifting it." They're like, "You're shifting the answer away and like being funny." And then they bring his wife in, and they're like, "Does he ever ask about things that he should know?" And she's like, "Well," and this is when he's going through diagnosis, and she's like, "Well, that's just Glenn." And they're like, here's the thing. He's been funny his whole life, and he's been a character. He was on Hee Haw. He's a personality. And he had gone for so long showing the symptoms by being just funny and cracking jokes that no one had questioned it. And then they started going, well, but can you give me your address? Well, my wife can tell you. And he would say things like that. And so for all these years, when he started showing symptoms, no one knew it because he was just being him.
Wow.
And it's crazy when you see it, where like when he starts to understand what's going on, and like even when he was at the point where he was having a hard time like actually getting through life, and it was starting to affect him. His daughter was telling, I think it was Dan Rather was doing a whole story with them at the family farm, and his daughter goes, "Watch this," and she puts a guitar in his hands, and he just starts fucking setting the fucking fretboard on fire and just ripping through some shit, and she's like, muscle memory. Yeah, but he doesn't know my daughter's name, you know?
When did he write that song?
That was 2015.
Wow, so he was already well into the.
He already knew what was happening to him.
Okay, yeah. Wow.
He was cognizant of it enough to know what was happening, and write that song.
And I think part of like what keeps me up, I love what we said there. Like, I won't miss you at all. I'm dead, basically.
Yeah.
If somebody would have come more explain that to me about death, rather than tell me when I was an 8-year-old child that my dad was in a better place and he was happy now.
Right.
It would have been.
Can I go there? No, honey.
No.
He don't want you there.
He's somewhere else, away from you, and he's happy now. He wasn't miserable like he was here on Earth with you, motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, when I started getting like depressed that late at night, that's what I remember how I felt when my daddy went away and chose to be somewhere else. I know he didn't choose to. Now as an adult. But that's what I think with the kids. What if my cancer comes back and I die tomorrow or I die in a wreck? What are they going to feel? And then I start feeling sad for them. And that's no way to live your life, people. And I don't know how to fix it. So just pointing out a
prescriptions.
Yeah.
Antidepressants.
Just to give you an idea, this is
lots of sex.
This is Glenn Campbell in the 70s. But like, of course there's an ad. God damn it. God damn
really
you,
good
fucking
golfer.
YouTube. Yeah.
Still making money,
so.
Glenn.
Wait a minute. That might have been going in a different direction than golfing.
Yeah, this
hand
very
on
close zoom in of a guy's crotch. Here we go.
With their creations.
Look at this.
Well, it's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk.
No, that's a gangster.
Yeah.
That makes me turn to leave my sleeping bag.
I think I'm getting married in that suit.
Nice.
And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds. And
He was a pimp. He was like, this is the 70s, and you look at that guy and you're like, yeah, this guy.
keeps you on the back roads by the rivers of my memory.
And watch this. When you see this is on an acoustic guitar. There we go.
It's not clinging to rocks and ivy planted on their columns now that find me. Or something that somebody said because they thought we fit together walking.
I feel like this song should be in like a Guardians of the Galaxy scene.
Yeah. This song's called Gentle on My Mind. It was one of his big hits.
Well, I mean, he didn't die recently, right? It was a few years ago.
It was a few years ago. Here you go. Watch this. This was the fucking abridged version. God damn it. That we waited through all of that shit for him to hang on.
Stupid bridges.
Hang on. I'm going to show you a goddamn Glenn Campbell guitar solo. If it does, all right, here we go. I'll show you one. Hang on.
And for those of you listening, hang in after the break. We're going to take a break real quick. But when we come back, we're going to call my grandmother because of the news with Gene Hackman and his will.
Yes.
His will.
Yes.
Big news.
Is she in it?
Maybe.
I don't
No,
believe so.
No, not at all.
Okay, here
That'd
we
be
go.
a swerve.
I fast forwarded to the point where he takes the solo. Here we go. That's his son. This was on the final tour. If I knew we were going to talk about Alzheimer's, well, I should have known. I should have fucking found exactly what I was looking for.
Our first
Here we go.
segments are either. pretty fucking good. He's barely even moving, man.
Yeah.
That's what I can't do it.
Well, and what's interesting too is it's definitely like his style.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just the way he's playing. Like I've always watched guitarists in their hands and everything, and
Yeah.
he's kind of got a different thing going on. His right hand seems a lot more all over the, like active and using all the different strings,
yeah.
as opposed to like maybe 2 or 3 during a really intricate solo.
He
was all the way from the top. Was that 6 string or
that was a 6 string, yeah.
yeah?
But-
Like he looked like even during the solo, he was working all the way, from the top to the
So
bottom.
he's a guitar player. So you guys are familiar with the song, "Money for Nothing and Your Chicks for Free,"
yeah.
Dire Straits.
Yeah.
Mark Knopfler is the guitar player from Dire Straits. He was heavily influenced by Glenn Campbell. That's a technique called Travis picking.
Okay.
So what he's doing is he's up with his left hand. He's almost holding chord shapes. With his right hand, he's using all 5 fingers.
Oh, so he's
So-
like playing like a banjo.
So he's strumming it. He's actually picking, and he's doing. That's what he's doing.
Wow.
So there's a song called "Sultans of Swing" by Dire Straits. That when you hear that guitar solo, and
it's very Glenn Campbell.
yes, exactly. And if you hear this solo, you'll see this is the influence of Glenn Campbell. Hang on, I'll show you just the solo. Hang on, Sultans of Swing, guitar solo. Yeah.
Farts
when you
to
hear this
Alzheimer's
sol-
to
yeah.
guitar solos all
Yeah.
here on Owen and Dirt's Pop Culture Radio.
When you hear this solo, this is exactly. Of course, all of them are. I was just like, hey, just show me the solo, and they're like, no, here, listen to the whole song, you fucking pussy.
It's only like 12 minutes long.
Yeah. But when you hear him go into the solo, it's exactly that style,
Yep.
which is very reminiscent of like old country, early Chet Atkins and Les Paul and people like that, But this outro solo.
Yet again, one of the Guitar Hero songs that was very difficult
Yeah.
to do this fucking solo. Well, they're getting it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's one of those guys that Mark Knopfler was always pissed off at the fact he had to write lyrics for his songs. He's like, him and Frank Zappa are well known for the fact that they didn't want to write lyrics for their songs. They're like, I gotta have lyrics in it, so these fucking Nubians will fucking Nubians.
I was like,
That's-
Nubians? What? You
Nubians
know all
is
those
not the word. Not the
Nubian
word I was
Dire
looking-
Straits fans.
No, so all these I have to write lyrics so all these assholes out here and listening to radio will fucking actually want to hear my music. They're like, we just want to write instrumental shit, man. We're fucking artists.
Yeah.
Nubians. What is that? Nubiles is the word I was looking for.
or
Nubiles.
noobs, or-
Yeah. Noobs. These fucking noobs.
Fucking noobs. They don't know what real music is. They gotta have no fucking singing of my fucking music, you fucking noob.
You fucking noob. Oh my god. All right. Do you want to take a break and I'll
Oh yeah.
I thought we only
Okay.
did 2.5-hour segments now after last show.
So this week, the musical, the band I'm going to be featuring is a band called The Damned. And the reason why I'm featuring this band is because the one of the founding members, Brian James, guitar player, passed away on the 6th of this month.
More death.
And the rest of them have Alzheimer's.
At the age of 70. And I saw them on... So this album is the album that the song comes from is called Machine Gun Etiquette. I remember being a 15, 16-year-old kid and hearing Henry Rollins say, talk about the 5 albums that made him who he was, and one of them was this album, Machine Gun Etiquette by The Damned. He said this album is, and now I want to keep, when punk rock became a thing, there's very, very few punk rock albums where you go, this album. Because back then, these bands didn't have a lot of money, so they'd put out a 7-inch record, which is like a 45 for those of you at home, a 45, but instead of having the big hole in the center, it had a little hole in the center. It played at 33 RPMs like a full-size record would, and you could fit 2 songs on each side. And that's what they would put out because that's what they could afford to put out.
They used to put like kids books and stories on those little ones.
Yes.
I have a ton of
yes,
those.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I had a My Little Pony record player.
so back then, that's the way punk bands put their records out. So every year they'd put out a new 7-inch that had 4 new songs, and maybe if they were successful, like Black Flag, then in 1980 they get the first 4 years album, and it's a full album, and it's all the 7 inches from the last 4 years. If you got to that level, right? Yeah. So
yeah, we're such children. Oh my God! I'm glad I wasn't the only one laughing at that.
so.
I remember all my 7 inches from the last 4 years.
If you add all my inches together the last 4 years, it equals 7.
That's why your grandmother hasn't been home. All the 7 inches she's been getting lately.
So I got to see the Damned at House of Blues in 2016. It was I think it was 2016 or 20. Anyway, it was an anniversary of this album, Machine Gun Etiquette. They played the entire album. I was there with a lot of people like from Orlando, Orlando music. Like Jeff Nolan was there, and Mick Dagger from Ruthless Strangers, and Sid Zed, and all these guys, and we're all there watching this show, and they played the album, and then they played some extra stuff after that. But it was they're one of those bands where if you're a punk rock person, they kind of were the ones who had it polished.
Okay.
A lot of punk bands had bad recordings and didn't always have the best situations, but they put out this album in 1979, and it is like the quintessential, listen to this from start to finish, and at the end of it, you're like, fuck, I can do anything.
Like now my hair's gray.
Yeah. So the first song I'm going to play this is my favorite Damned song ever. It's called Love Song. But dude, it's their take on it. I'm just going to play it, and I want to hit the chorus for you guys before we go to break.
Okay.
But this is the way the album
Ladies
opens.
and gentlemen, how do?
Already you're like, okay.
Oh yeah.
And the singer Dave Vanian, this voice, man.
This is the kind of music fits really well in like racing video
Here we go.
games.
But it's just like you cannot listen to this and just be like, yeah, man, that's great. You're at the show, you're in the crowd. Like when this is going on, like these guys are literally prophesizing to you in the audience. So rest in peace, Rick James. I'm sorry, Rick James.
I'm Rick James, bitch, the Nubians.
Brian James.
Oh.
He was 70 years old. So it's funny because Dave Vanian, the singer, and the guitar player Captain Sensible, they look like people. I was like, oh, they would have been dead years ago. Nope, they're still kicking.
Captain Sensible.
Oh yeah, look him up. He's a character. Captain Sensible's the lead guitar player. But, actually, the first 2 albums, Brian James wrote almost completely by himself. Dave Vanian writing his own lyrics, but this song was written by Brian James.
I thought that picture was Fritz for a second.
Yeah, that's Captain Sensible. Yeah. Okay, so this song is So their songs are short. I will go to break with this one because I know you're going to recognize this song from a movie from 1995. This was a theme song for this movie. Big blockbuster film, comic book movie. And we'll go to break with this.
Spider-Man.
You got like a 90% chance of being right by just by saying Spider-Man. There's so many.
There's 9 of them.
Spider-Man or
not
Transformers.
It was covered by another band of the time.
Give it a second.
Armageddon.
No. And it played on radio, so you'll recognize that thing.
What's a radio?
Again, not what you think a punk fan would put on a record. This whole build-up.
It almost sounds more like a light Metallica build-up.
Yeah. And keep in mind, this is 1979 when disco is king. This is where you'll, I think, recognize it. You don't recognize this part?
Not yet, dude. I'm
This
horrible.
is it right here.
I mean, it
I
feels
didn't-
familiar.
I didn't see the Venom movies, but I would guess it would be go good in a Venom movie. No.
Sounds DC-ish.
The Flash.
It was from a Batman Forever.
Okay.
Covered by
Nipples.
Offspring. Offspring.
Yeah, I don't.
Here we go.
Sometimes they fall flat.
This is from Batman Forever. Offspring covered it for that soundtrack. No, you don't.
I don't remember what I ate yesterday. Like I know I made that joke before, but
All right, we're going to go to break. You're listening to Pop Culture Radio. We'll be right back.
I'm over here writing songs for Bushy and his Rainbow Dash record player.
oh good. My Little Pony. Oh, Rainbow Dash. That's right.
All right, we'll be right back.
You've seen the phenomenon of making a murderer. Now it's time to go a bit deeper. Super TV3 now brings you Making a Shoplifter, the documentary tale of a man accused of an unspeakable crime.
Do you know why we brought you in?
No.
Oh, you know what you did?
No.
You stole something.
I ain't stole nothing.
What was it?
I ain't stole nothing.
Yes, you did.
I bought this with 2 quarters. I had 'em the whole time.
What did you steal?
Nothing.
The riveting drama.
I don't know who planted them crumbs on me, but they don't want me out of this security booth.
The shocking admission.
Hey, hon.
Yeah?
What you doing?
Nothing.
What you doing?
I don't know.
Yeah? Well?
I don't know.
Yeah?
You know.
Well, what they got you there for?
Yeah, I've been sitting here about around 18 minutes. Ma, I really have to pee.
You at the mall?
Drama unhinged.
We have the evidence, the surveillance tape. Your Honor, he stole a bag of bugles.
I hate bugles.
Sir, you are currently wearing bugles on your fingers.
Playing witch fingers don't make me guilty. I just like to have a good time.
In a new 18-part series, Making a Shoplifter. Don't miss a single second. Only on Super TV 3.
Builder's Blocks. Hey, I'm Shay, owner of Builder's Blocks. We get it. January, New Year's resolutions, no one has time for that. Right now at Builder's Blocks with a Z, Central Florida's most ripped gym, we pay you. We literally will pay you and you won't have to work. It's simple. Join and bring 2 friends. Sound easy? It is. We'll even pay you more if those friends bring friends. Stay swole with the pros, only at Builder's Blocks. Discounts of pre-approved groups of 5 or more.
The war on vending machines is hitting closer to home. It's hitting the workplace. Salutations! My name is Dr. Patience McCracknuts, PhD. Reap the benefits of healthy living with Dr. McCracknuts' line of tasty vending comestibles. And because Dr. McCracknuts knows a thing or two about those mid-afternoon doldrums and lethargy, we have started dispersing vitamin B12 syringes in all of our vending machines. Lift your spirits and carry on, ladies and gents. Your hunger just met its worst nightmare. Dr. McCracknuts.
Coming to a vending machine near you.
Just in time for the political season, PP Boy Records presents Ragtime Election Time, a collection of only the finest political parody songs featuring Killary and the Clintones with their version of the Deleted Emails Blues.
The deleted email blues. Thank you.
And the hit single Trump Dumps by the Trump Tonights.
I'm in the dumps because today's Donald Trump's got the selection all in a spin.
I would be remiss to not mention the Bernie Sanders should have been nominated with their smash hit, Bernie Sanders should have been nominated.
What's got you so agitated? What's got you so agitated? What's got you so agitated? Bernie Sanders should have been nominated!
Ragtime Election Time, only on PP Boy Records. Get political with funny.
Baseball, apple pie, your grandmother's fried chicken. These are great institutions of the American dream. And let us not forget another icon of the greatest country on earth, a German-style, Mexican imitation lager. Now that's America. Here at Badass Hangry Eagle Brewery, we've been bottling up freedom for over 6 years, and we encourage every American to embrace their God-given freedom with their lips. Want to work as a pedicab driver and play Pokemon Go all day while enjoying one of our Imperial Cuck Stouts? The Badass Hangry Eagle says, "You do you, brah brah." Literally, we trained one. It says that. America. Badass Hangry Eagle Brewery. America AF.
Badass Angry Eagle Brewery!
It's been called this year's sleeper hit. Prime time tomorrow on Orlando's Super TV 3.
Where's it go, Miero? I'm afraid you'll have to try a little harder, Hernandez.
Where did you pull her?
She's too big to fit in these drawers. And she is made of bony skin, no invisible matter. So I know she cannot be standing right here.
Very clever, detective. But not clever enough.
¿Por qué, Miero? She's just a girl. A closet-sized girl. Dios mío, there's a closet door right here.
Oh, no. No, don't open that door!
Carrie DeLipschitz and Jim Mahoney star in Milfana Hernandez, Detective MILF. Only on Orlando's Super TV 3.
After a local Ponzi scheme pulled the wool over my eyes, attorney Crab Newberg was able to recover my life savings, $36,000. Thank you, Mr. Newberg.
You're welcome, Chet. I was honored to recover over $40,000 for Chet after a local gym took him for a dumbbell. And I'd be willing to help you too. I've graduated from an accredited law school and passed an intensive examination in the state of Florida. Ponzi schemes are illegal. You don't need two other friends to tell you. Visit AskTheCrab.com. That's crab with a K, and you've got a case.
After spilling a hot beverage on my pants, Attorney Crab Newberg was able to recover $14,000 for me. Thank you, Mr. Newberg.
However, I specialize in only one area, you. Go to AskTheCrab.com and see what Crab Newberg can do for you. With Crab Newberg, you've got a case.
After my grunkle misdiagnosis, Attorney Crab Newberg was able to recover $140,000 for me. Thank you, Mr. Newberg.
You're welcome, Valentino. I was honored to recover $140,000 for Valentino, and I'd be willing to help you too. Grunkle is a very serious congenital condition. If you've been misdiagnosed, go to AskTheCrab.com.
After being laid off, Attorney Crab Newberg was able to recover $2.1 million for me. Thank you, Mr. Newberg.
You're welcome, Joe. I was honored to recover $2.1 million for Joe after he was fired from his job, and I'd be willing to help you too. I've graduated from an accredited law school and passed an intensive examination in the state of Florida. No one has the right to treat you like dirt, but if they do, I will make them pay. Simply go to AskTheCrab.com and see what Crab Newberg can do for you.
After my illiteracy prevented me from reading the slippery when wet sign, Attorney Crab Newberg was able to recover me $50,000. Thanks, Mr. Newberg.
After being laid off, Attorney Crab Newberg was able to recover $2.1 million for me. Thank you, Mr. Newberg.
You're welcome, Joe. I was honored to recover $2.1 million for Joe after he was fired from his job, and I'd be willing to help you too. I've graduated from an accredited law school and passed an intensive examination in the state of Florida. No one has the right to treat you like dirt, but if they do, I will make them pay. Simply go to AskTheCrab.com and see what Crab Newberg can do for you.
If you think having fun at the sports game is sitting on your hands, you need to call me, Jake Berman. Hi, I'm Jake Berman, and I've been getting under the skin of professional ball players the world over for decades. And now, I want to teach you how to heckle like the pros. Cheering on your home team away from home? Hey, do they just breed losers here? It's like this place is a toilet bowl. Or trying to impress a date?
Stop.
You are so bad. You're such a loser. God, I don't know why they even pay you.
Don't call.
I'm Jake Berman, and the next time you go to the ballpark, you'll be that guy. Call 415-239-878-61515. Again, that's 415-239-878-61515. Jake Berman! 415-239-878-61515. I want you to be that guy. 415-239-878-61515. Then pound 10. I'm Jake Berman.
Want to open up a drive-through liquor store that doubles as a notary public and dry cleaner? That's all you, my sons and daughters of liberty. Here at Badass Hangly Eagle Brewery, we've been bottling up freedom for over 6 years, and we encourage every American to embrace their God-given freedom with their lips. And just in time for this crucial election year, be sure to look out for our Devil's Advocate series of handcrafted beauties. We'll have you playing both sides of the fence in no time with our party-specific fun facts of corruption printed on every bottle. Our Build-A-Wall VIP beer will infuriate your liberal friends, and our cover-up coffee porter will alienate your conservative ones. Because what's more American than becoming a multimillionaire off a drunken idea for an app that tells you what kind of pizza matches your suit? Drinking a badass Hangry Eagle? That's what. America. Badass Hangry Eagle Brewery. America AF.
Badass Angry Eagle Brewery!
Badass Hangry Eagle Brewery. America AF.
We've all been there. You thought you had a great idea for a dispatch, but it just wasn't good.
This is Cobra Kid, just checking in.
Sure, it's hard to be original.
What up, C-Lane? Sabrina, I love you, duh. Sean, you're a dick.
You try writing a joke while you're using a weed whacker.
I damn near killed it! Can I get a magnet?
Embrace the fellowship of the 95%ers support group.
Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Remember, you are the 95%. So maybe they have the problem. This is not a political ad. If it were a political ad, you would know, because it would begin with dark and somber music as I talk about the person I don't want you to vote for, like this. Also, I would drop my voice a little to sound more ominous as I tell you things about the candidate that are designed to scare you about the future if they were elected. Facts are not important here because I'm just trying to manipulate your feelings. But I don't want to end there. Now I want to make you feel good. So we'll switch to more upbeat music here, as I now tell you the person for whom I want you to vote for. Again, facts are not important here. We will just say things like our candidate will provide better schools, and lower taxes, and puppies and kittens for all. Finally, if this were a political ad, you would hear a statement about who is paying for this, like a political action committee, which raises millions of dollars from the very wealthy with hopes of getting you to vote for the candidate that they think will benefit them the most. The Phillips File is responsible for the content of this ad about the making of a political ad.
I often wonder what kind of a future we're gonna leave behind for the children, you know?
Hey, John.
Howdy, Dale. You all right?
This is John. He's been a Continental truck driver for over 35 years.
They said, basically, you can't have the trees no more, can't chop them. There ain't none left, which I know is false. I pass them by every day, driving.
Recent congressional hearings have decimated his trucking routes, carrying precious timber from Washington State to Washington, D.C.
They call it damaging the earth. What about me? I need to feed my kids, and that's by driving a truck filled with lumber. The future concerns me right now, if I have enough money to feed my kids, yeah?
Environmental groups are petitioning against American jobs at an alarming rate, citing global climate change on so-called deforestation. Tell your state senator that American jobs are more important than trees. The planet can wait. John can't.
This message paid for by Americans for Work.
Orlando's Super TV3 presents a real-world comedy filmed in front of a live studio audience. Locker Room Talk Live. Let's see what the boys get themselves into this week.
Make sure there's plenty of towels in there for when the racquete ball game is over with.
We gotta mop the shower real good this week. I know they going pee in there.
That's not pee, though.
That not pee, though?
Hey, I just checked my 401k on the way down here. I'm rolling in it. Rolling in it, Bobby. I bet you let me grab him by the p***, huh? Yowza! You should be so lucky I get my hands on your mother's you son of a bitch.
Holy moly.
You goddamn you have offended me, sir.
Hey, I'll stuff you back in there like a goddamn bowling ball.
Oh, yeah? Well, your mother has the size of her and if you don't like it, you can take it and shove it way up your Stop touching him.
I'm the stork. Your mother. I'm the stork.
Oh, they're horsing around for real. Oh.
Tune in at 8 to see what people are willing to accept this week. Locker Room Talk. Tonight at 8, only on Orlando's Super TV3.
In this town, used to be you didn't have to lock your doors at night. Nowadays, you can't even leave a magnet on your car. I've seen the devil in a man's eye before. Have you or anyone you know been scarred by magnet theft?
Well, you know, I sure wish there was somebody we could trust, you see.
Called the right number. The safe recovery of your magnet gets my ticker thumping. I'm Magnet PI, and I won't sleep until you can.
Yesterday's realities are today's fantasies. Hey, I'm Hetty Violet, caretaker of Astor Farms, Florida's newest and oldest rentable bed and breakfast. Astor Farms hasn't been updated nor upgraded since its construction in 1845. With no running water or power, you'll be able to live like your ancestors did, but on today's dime. If these testimonials don't sway you, nothing will.
June 12th, 2014. My wits are failing me. I feel a constant hunger for the unattainable, and a thirst that cannot be quenched. I feel a presence watching me in the darkness. A creature, a trapped soul, somehow dodging the light of this flickering candle. By sunrise, I fear my life. Maybe an extreme danger.
How about this fine how do you do?
April 4th, 2016. The rations of hardtack are too damn stale. Cracked my front teeth in great pain. Salt pork for lunch tasted rotten. Too much salt. I told that woman not to heavy-hand the salt, but she did just to spite me. Oh God, is she trying to kill me?
Live yesterday's life today at Astor Farms. We'll get the bedroll ready for you.
The twilight years are the best years of your life.
But you might not know that if you're just watching TV.
Hi, I'm host Chris Christopher.
And I'm Neil Scheinfeld. Getting older offers insightful commentary and wisdom to those of you enjoying your last years.
We understand you have, at best, 4 more years left. Getting older shows old people, not unlike yourself, doing things exceptionally better than you.
Drop us a line to be featured on the next episode. And do it quickly, sooner rather than later.
Time is a precious thing, and so is tuning in to Getting Older.
New from the makers of Sicker, the hottest craze in passive messaging technology. Singstagram. You speak it, we sing it. For all the good times.
Congrats on graduating.
Congratulations on your graduation.
And the not so good times.
Sorry to hear about your loss.
Ooh, your grandma's dead.
Sorry for your loss.
When you have a song in your heart, but you can't quite get it out.
New phone, who dis?
I lost my phone.
Or total avoidance.
Can you just let him know I'm not into him?
Stay away from her, she doesn't want to talk to you anymore.
Singstagram. Every message can be a song. From the makers of Sicker.
I'm Julian Assange, owner of Julian Assange's Sausage House, located at Flat 3B in the Embassy of Ecuador in London. If you can't get enough of hundreds of thousands of leaked emails about banal topics of insignificance, at least fill up on me sausage. And for dessert, enjoy a conspiracy in 3 delicious flavors: Crooked Clinton coconut, Don't Deport Me Bro mango, and Hacker's surprise. No surprise here. It's criminally good. Haha. Julian Assange's Sausage House in the Embassy of Ecuador in London. Help pay for me cost of living. Free sausage to Swedes.
You've seen the phenomenon of making a murderer. Now it's time to go a bit deeper. Super TV3 now brings you Making a Shoplifter, the documentary tale of a man accused of an unspeakable crime.
Hey, hon.
I'm sad.
Oh, yeah?
No.
You know, just try to think of the good times, huh?
It's been 56 minutes. I still have to pee.
Oh.
Yeah, they let me go once. I've had a great pop since then.
You know you're not allowed to have those sugar pops.
No. WrestleMania's next week.
Don't worry, okay? Your pops is taping it.
Hulk is gonna make a comeback. He's just misunderstood.
New witnesses.
I saw him with the bag of buggles. I knew exactly what he's doing.
Drama unfurled.
I've worked here for 16 years and we've never had bugles.
The riveting drama.
Have you guys seen my buddy what got the witch fingers? Been waiting for like 54 minutes.
Evidence mishandled.
Well, have you tested the evidence?
We always test the evidence.
Yes, but have you tested it for hot fries?
We generally don't test for hot fries. I plead the fifth.
Making a Shoplifter. Only on Super TV3.
Every year, people spend thousands of dollars on pedigreed show-quality dogs. Fancy, right? Now look at your own dog. I'll wait. Feeling like the dollar value of your beloved pooch might be a little lacking? Hi, I'm Charlie Sousa. With my patented formula for canine restoration, my team and I flipped over 800 dogs last year alone. And this year, we hope to double, triple, or even quadruple the value of your domesticated best friend. Paid $100 for your chihuahua at a rescue shelter? We'll take that little shaky son of a bitch and duct tape a spoiler to his hiney, increasing downforce and road traction. Bingo, bango, bongo. That mutt is easily worth his weight in pewter commemorative figurines. It's as easy as that. Has Rex's eyesight started to fail in his twilight years? My system will teach you to prop him up in front of a piano while wearing sunglasses as we pipe in the music of a beloved king of blind piano, Ray Charles. Rex's net worth has just increased by 11%. It's just that easy. Flip That Dog LLC is the only solution you'll need for all your dog estimates, restoration, and reappraisals. Hire us today or buy my new book, Life's a Bitch and Now I'm Rich, by Charles Sousa. Call now. Don't spend money on your pooch. Make it. Flip that dog. Woo!
Imagine the opulence of Broadway captured via video. Behold, the future of Broadway is no longer confined to Manhattan. Introducing Super TV3's latest production, Hamilton the Musical. Yes, Hamilton the Musical will take you on a tanned journey through the eyes of arguably this generation's greatest actor, George Hamilton. Written in a sing-song fashion, George Hamilton speaks about his upbringing.
Born in Memphis, Tennessee, in 1939. A terribly handsome baby. Thank you.
George Hamilton offers us his greatest asset in his singing voice, like this song called
It's like love at first bite.
and gives crippling insight into the dark side of Hollywood.
Susan St. James has halitosis. Take that one to the bank. Thank you.
George Hamilton is George Hamilton in Hamilton, the musical.
And I says to him, I says, you know, I was in The Godfather. The bad one. Kentucky Fried Chicken in my hand, in my mouth, and in my hand.
Only on Orlando's Super TV 3.
Looking for professional installation for that fence? Don't want to do it yourself? Look no further than FenceCrafter, Central Florida's newest and coolest wall building company. If you're like me, you want a yard wall built exactly for your personality, and FenceCrafter will absolutely do it for the least amount of money. If it's important to you, we'll do it, guaranteed. Custom painting, 3D print renderings, and free shipping is the FenceCrafter way of business. Call or find us on social media for your free estimate. FenceCrafter.
Ginkgo Kielbasa, from the people who brought you Energy Brat, comes a taste you'll never forget.
Ginkgo Kielbasa.
The first time you met the love of your life and the smell of the air. It's a Meat Tube memory miracle.
Ginkgo Kielbasa.
Overcoming the rival team, and the first time you won the game. Listen to that crowd.
Ginkgo Kielbasa.
The first time you couldn't pay rent, and the taste of delicious ramen noodles.
Ginkgo Kielbasa, the meat you'll remember.
If you want to live your best life, you need to call me, Jake Berman. My life revolves around sports, but maybe yours doesn't. That's why I'm introducing the Jake Berman Betterment Program. Let's hear from a few satisfied customers.
He's changed my life. His classes, they mean everything to me.
Excuse me,
You
sorry.
need something?
Cheryl, I'm gonna need those reports on my desk that we talked about by 5.
Do you see my lips move? I am talking to
I'm sorry, I
a
didn't realize
friend.
that you were talking to
Can't
someone.
you see I'm talking to someone?
But don't take my word for it.
Jake's teachings really helped me process the death of my grandfather.
Here we are to honor this man who loved immensely, who held tightly, who caressed.
Hey,
gently.
come on! Is this a wake or a wake me up? Wrap it up, buddy! Come on! I'm Jake Berman, and the next time you wake up, you'll be that guy. Call 415-239-9878-61515. I want you to live your best life. Call 415-239-9878-61515. Then pound 10. I'm Jake Berman.
Do you like pudding? I mean, really like pudding? Have we got the palace for you? Built on repurposed Native American lands, Pudding Palace boasts the most name brands and well-known traditional gelatins from every country on Earth. Our Yelp reviewers speak for themselves. What about you there in the sweatpants?
My mom drops me off like twice a week. It's awesome. I'm 45.
And what about you, little lady?
I came here looking for love. I found pudding.
Hey, buddy, what's your favorite part of the Pudding Palace?
Sneeze guards. Talk about elegance. I felt like I was in an actual palace.
All right, I see a bit of a line. Good. Okay, getting kind of busy here. Let's just go and see what's going on around the corner over here. And hey, sweetheart, what do you think of Pudding Palace?
I never knew pudding could be so fancy.
Well, there you go. As you can see, we got nothing
Seriously?
but satisfied
It's
customers
just
here at the
pudding.
Pudding Palace.
And my check was for
No,
$65?
focus on me.
What sort of mother...
Brandon!
establishment
Well,
is this place?
someone doesn't have our rewards card. Come on down to Pudding Palace. Pudding Palace, where pudding kings are born.
You enjoying the game? It's a nice day. A little hot.
God, Dad, shut up already.
What are they saying? I can't make that out. I'm trying to. I mean, we should chant along.
You're
but
gonna embarrass me.
I'm just trying to sing along.
At a soccer match, but feeling a little left out. We've all been there before. If this is your first time watching soccer, we can help with the new app, Soccer Dad. With Soccer Dad, our patented algorithm will scan the crowd to pair it with your local team's custom songs. Turns into
Your sock has a hole.
Wow, that sounds a lot less aggressive than them.
Well, what about this classic?
Your neighbors drive a car.
Hey, our neighbors do drive a car.
You're so stupid, Dad. I hate you.
I'm just trying to be your friend.
Soccer Dad, we can't make your kids like you, but we'll try. From the makers of Sicker.
Take things to a new level of ennui with the first annual French Riviera Games. Events include
cigarette smoking, depressing filmmaking, scouting, esoteric performance art, and moustache, fun for the whole family.
We will have disinterested mimes that will challenge your child's sense of existential security.
And a bounce house.
A special appearance by over 50 Serge Gainsbourg impersonators.
And Jean Reno.
Check out our midway games and events. And
Baguettes.
The French Riviera Games.
Where the wine flows like the river Rhone.
Coming to an empty field near you. Sunday, we bring you the first politically correct monster truck rally. Unless, of course, you find that to be inconvenient, in which case we'll have a matinee on Tuesday. Featuring such non-offensive sports vehicles as appropriately sized foot, mild-mannered canine, funeral service worker, and son of funeral service worker, who, although slightly younger, still gets paid a living wage. And current DC Truck Rally champion, I'm okay with our country having a black president. Price admission includes the entire seat, but you'll only need the edge. Sunday. Try to respect the wishes of our neighbors and keep the noise down.
Hey, I'm world-famous radio personality, Pinkman. You may remember me from your radio. I'm here to tell you about the newest app craze. It's called Pinky Man Go. Using the power of augmented reality, Pinky Man Go allows you to find real-life objects in the real world. Wow.
I got loose changes. It was under the couch.
Nice. You can trade that in for Pinky points, and then I can buy chips.
Phone chargeroo. Oh my god. It was just there.
You just unlocked a side quest. Now go find my phone.
Okay.
Guys, I just found Carkeezy.
Perfect. I'm late for work anyway. Everyone get out of my apartment. Douchebags.
Pinky Man Go!
I love Pinky Man Go.
From the makers of Sicker. Hi.
Have you ever been hungry? Boy knows I have. And sometimes you just don't know where to go. That's why I started Steve's House of Food, where you can get all your favorite foods. Located in my house, Steve's House of Food has all your favorite foods like chicken, nacho, beef, bean, beets, bread, pan-seared foie gras with a Merlot reduction served on polenta, and snacks. Steve's House of Food, where your favorite foods are now also my favorite foods as well. Please come to my house. Please.
Coming soon to the parking lot of a mid-level amphitheater near you, it's the Out of Touch Music Festival. Do you like spending the entire day in the hot sun thinking, oh yeah, I remember them. They toured for over 30 years, and now you'll wait over 30 minutes to hear that one song. They couldn't replicate their initial success, but they didn't break up. Each act guaranteed to have at least one original member. The Out of Touch Music Festival. It's not that new music is bad or you're too old. It's both.
You fellow wenches, are you looking for a buccaneer to bed or a first mate to swab your poop deck? Well, no one should have to face scurvy alone. Visit piratesonly.com. Think of the pirate possibilities, such as Clamdigger69.
I'm Clamdigger69. I have plenty of toys and eccentric things in Davy Jones's locker, if you know what I mean. Again, That's Clamdigger69.
But let's not forget about Make My Roger Jolly.
I'm Make My Roger Jolly. Allow me to be the first one to truly discover your booty. I'm Make My Roger Jolly.
Pirate 542. And Cabin Swain too.
Hey, don't forget about me. I'm Cabin Swain too. You can come and frolic around my mizzenmast. I'm Cabin Swain too.
Find your buried treasure at piratesonly.com, where X marks the spot.
After I got food poisoning from hamburger paste at McFrugal's, Attorney Crab Newberg was able to recover $6,900 for me. Thanks, Mr. Newberg.
You're welcome, Cinnamon. I was honored to recover $6,900 for Cinnamon after her severe food poisoning, and I'd be willing to help you too. I've graduated from an accredited law school and passed an intensive examination in the state of Florida. If you've been given a raw deal from food paste, simply go to askthecrab.com. With Crab Newberg, you've got a case.
From Fitcore, the latest development in sports rehydration technology. Boston Sports Chowder. You lead an active lifestyle, and you love a hearty chowder. Fitcore's patented ergonomically designed chowder flagon effectively replenishes vital body chowders lost during a hard workout. Creamy, powerful, piping hot.
Boston Sports Chowder. Get you off an event and back in the game. I'm Sergeant Barkus Clayton. In the 2 decades of my professional career in Central Florida, nothing has twisted up my gut more than the cowards who've taken the baby swans from Lake Eola. The poor mother goose calls day and night for her babies, and now she's calling me. The so-called signet caper is nothing more than a depraved, hollow individual seeking out the most innocent life form to torment and terrorize. I vow to track these suspects down using force if I must. If you're the one who did this heinous crime, me and the crime ender's gonna find you. Only a jackass would do something that stupid. Or maybe you don't have a brain in that ugly head of yours. If that's the case, I can't help you. But I will find you. And maybe, if you turn yourself in, I'll go easy on you. But rest assured, Central Florida, Sergeant Barkus Clayton will be vigilant, ever present, gun in hand and law on my side. I will not lose this fight. And you can take that to the bank of Lake Eola.
Now, from Future Entertech comes the latest killer app, Sicker, taking care of your tomorrow, today. Call in sick while avoiding accountability.
I couldn't believe it. I had this super hot guy stay over, and I just couldn't even. All I had to do was answer a few simple prompts.
Dear boss, with my deepest regrets, I,
Angela,
am unable to perform my duties today due to...
I don't know, I'm sick. Stomach, headache, I'm sick.
Sincerely,
Angela.
Sicker's patent-pending algorithm is designed to get you a hassle-free day off whenever you need it.
I woke up with a case of anal glaucoma. You know, I couldn't see my ass going to work today. Let me tell you, sick is a real life changer.
Dear boss, with my deepest regrets, I am unable to perform my duties today due to...
Johnny, you gotta get ahead, see what this app does. All right, let me get a shot. Shots for everybody.
Sincerely,
Sicker, taking care of your tomorrow, today.
Do you handle sensitive information across your servers, but hate taking the responsibility of serious repercussions if they're mishandled? Introducing Hillary Mail. It's like Snapchat for national secrets.
My ex must have accidentally sent me nudes.
What? No way.
Should I open it?
Let me see. Yeah.
No way, Jose. Or in Espanol, soy tu abuelita.
Nothing sticks on Hillary, and it shouldn't stick on you.
I just emailed my boss and told him off.
Aren't you worried you'll be fired?
Nope.
I mean, you're gonna be fired.
I got Hillary Mail.
Mike emailed awfully late.
I stand with you if you stand with me, regardless of what you stand for.
Hillary Mail, for when you just want to do whatever you want to do.
Education can be the most important decision of your life. So why not invest your life savings on one of the best? Altamont College, welcome home. This above-average college will help you decide if college is your calling. Whether you're a doctor or physician, a teacher or librarian, a farmhand or otherwise, Altamont College, let us wow you with promises.
Tonight at 9 on Orlando's Super TV 3. She's a nun with a secret past.
I must confess, I've never ever taken confession, never.
He's a 12-year-old genius who plays by his own rules.
Oh, DDoS hack of NORAD? Child's play. First, soccer practice.
Together, they are Penguin and the Rookie.
It's never gonna work, rookie. That's what my mom said about birth control.
Two paths, one journey, where salvation and puberty collide.
Defuse the bomb already, honey. I can still catch happy hour. Chill out, you old bird. I have 15 seconds and 10 are for boobies.
Start the habit. Penguin and the Rookie on Orlando's Super TV 3. From PP Boy Records, the 28th installment of the #1 compilation, bringing your favorite songs from the early 21st century. Now that's what I call dubstep. Featuring artists like DJ Schmutz, Duckhead, 28 Punch Monkey, and Andy Templeton. For example, who could forget this ditty? And of course, this heartwarming toe tapper. Do you remember dancing with your best girl to this one? It's a blast from the past, from your bar mitzvah. Nothing says Mazel Tov quite like this. Now that's what I call dubstep. Only on PP Boy Records.
Is she really going out with him?
Inside of me, it's kinda strange like a stormy sea. I don't know why, I guess these things have gotta be. I've got a new rose, I've got a good. Yes, I knew that I always would. I can't stop to mess around. I got a brand new rose in town. See the sun, it shines. Don't get too close or it'll burn your eyes.
Welcome back to Pop Culture Radio. This is The Damned with New Rose. This is their first album. This is like their first, like, I guess you'd call it hit. Punk rock didn't really have hits, but this is like the first song where it's like, oh, who's this new band? The Damned.
What year was this in?
This is from, I want to say, 1977.
Yeah, I would definitely say now that it was like very ahead of its time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, and so on break, I played you guys the Offspring version of that song, and
Yeah,
immediately you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say you should throw that on for a second. So
Okay, so that's the thing that was crazy to me. It's like to me, I'm like, it's the same song. Like I think it's a note for note cover, but apparently like it struck you guys different.
like I said, musically, yeah, but the way it's sung is completely different. Like stylistically, like what's high, what's low, is hit at a different point.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean, but like it's funny because to me, like when I hear that song, like I remember being a kid hearing that song on Batman, and I'm like, oh, that's it's The Damned, but it didn't strike you the same way, and it's crazy because hang on, let me pull it up here. Let's just search Smash It Up because I just looked up Offspring and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot they have a shit ton
a million fucking songs.
Yeah.
It's them and Green Day, right? As far as like longevity of punk bands.
Yeah, probably so. Here we go.
Owen, what
All
you
right.
doing over there?
I'm getting ready for my.
You making some new songs?
No, hottest Disney princess.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
If we do that, I also did a little flip. My most unattractive, unwanted Disney princesses. You want those three real quick?
Sure.
No.
Which mythological cartoon character would you not sleep with?
There's three of them. I'll wait. We'll tickle your ass.
Oh shit! So
we'll tickle your ass.
Hold on.
With a
So
feather.
apparently the Offspring version of Smash It Up is not anywhere because I guess they didn't secure the rights before they did it.
But it's a movie.
No,
you said the movie
yeah,
didn't?
no, yeah. I think that when they recorded that song,
Well, how do you play it out there?
I played the movie clip from it, but not the actual song. So now that's
hold on,
a whole different story. Yeah,
I got it on YouTube right here.
Really? Okay. It's on YouTube?
This was a good Batman. I liked it with Tommy
was
Lee
fun.
Jones.
It was fun.
Jim Carrey.
It was more cartoon or comic book esque, I think,
yeah.
than a lot of the other ones.
Batman and Robin was just. I liked it too. It was more cartoony, but the Nolan ones are great.
Yeah, it's where it pumps up quickly at the chorus that it's real recognizable.
Yeah.
I think the guitars are a little throatier on this version.
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
a little
yeah,
on the
definitely.
lower side.
This is the way I like my guitars.
I love this part, the way he does the part coming up with it. You get a comment up there?
So this song was released on the Damned's record in two parts, Smash It Up Part 1 and Part 2, right? So when you get to the end of this, when it goes to halftime, and everybody's smashing things down. If you get to that part, scoot forward to it. That's actually a different song from the Damned.
Okay.
Yeah. Here we go, right here.
So this was a whole separate song.
It's this bridge right after this. But the way they did it, the Offspring covered it as one song. Here we go, right here.
What's Chris O'Donnell doing now? Robin.
He's one of those like
NCIS shows.
Yeah, one of those shows that like to me like every time I see one of those I'm like, who watches this?
Yeah.
Another like CSI Miami or FC Chicago.
Hey, dude,
or-
they're planning.
yeah.
I think there's an FBI
So-
out now. They're planning a lot more FBI.
Here we go, right here. Right here. That's not the end of the song, like of the other part of Smash Up. Which I think is great.
I got it. Okay, all right, very
Yeah.
nice. Thank you for the walk down your memory lane.
Yeah.
It's basically like Fujiano's different version of Baby Mama.
I love the fact that you go there. That's great.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris O'Donnell, NCIS LA, Los Angeles. Man.
So you guys are talking about all the spin-off shows, and I think I brought up like Storage Wars and how there's like 4 or 5 iterations, and it got steadily worse. Well, I have watched so much Pawn Stars and
Shipping Wars.
and well, I'm getting that's down the road here for a second.
All right, my bad.
But I've watched so much Storage Wars and Pawn Stars that I can now accurately value anything.
Really?
Point out something in this room, and ask me to value it.
God damn. Wait. Okay. What that green guitar right there?
That green guitar. $75,000.
How accurate is that?
I mean, it would take more
to the right buyer.
To take it from me.
Well, you got to say to the right buyer. To the right buyer, $75,000.
Oh, it was worth that to me.
Point at something else.
All there are like really cool guitars in here.
Well, I don't know, like that book up there.
You don't know how much that book is. How much is that book up there?
$500. Now, here's the thing, though.
No.
I'm only an expert on a certain amount of things, so I would assume that book is worth $500. I would buy a $2,000 plane ticket to another country, fly to the other country, get the book appraised by the most expensive appraisal service there, find out the book is worth $100, fly back, and they still tell you that they only lost $100 on the locker.
Dude.
They don't put all the fact that you got John Popper to appraise your harmonica.
Yeah.
That ended up being not worth shit, and it was in a different state than you were in when you got the storage locker.
I think it's Pawn Stars. Is that the one where the book appraiser, the little girl comes in?
Yeah.
She is so cute.
Oh my god.
And she knows all about books.
Rebecca.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Yeah, no, I definitely had a thing
I'm
for Rebecca.
Sitting here and trying to think what her name was.
Oh,
she had a BBL before it was a thing.
Speaking of Storage Wars, Brandy Passant from Storage Wars, she has a Feet Finder page now.
What?
Oh
yeah.
my god,
dude! Say what you will about her.
She has a page where she charges people $50 a month for pictures of her feet.
Oh my god.
I'm not a foot person, but
listen,
I sniff hers.
I'm going to tell you right now, if there was a
I
know everybody goes, oh, there's a spot for everybody. If I could go right now and go, hey, I'm starting a page where, hey, I'm going to fucking just put pictures of my balls all over the internet, and all my bills are going to be paid, done.
Oh, when I said, by the way, when I
now.
said, more power to her. If I could sell pictures of my feet, I would be doing it all day long.
Yeah.
I just personally don't like feet.
This is a real thing. Feetfinder.com. Holy fuck.
Well, hold up. Before you go down that road,
you keep talking.
So it was really funny because I've kind of, as I've said, watched so much Storage Wars and so much Pawn Stars. I've pretty much watched all the episodes they've got in rotation at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved on to Shipping Wars, and my dad was a trucker for most of his career. I've driven big equipment and hauled loads. I understand, I used to be a certified crane signaler and rigger and all that stuff. I have so many questions about that show because like every person that hires them is kind of a dick. It has to be here. You're not getting paid. It's always if there's any damage, it's coming out of your pocket. And everybody is always kind of a prick that they're working for until like the very end. And then they're like, everybody's happy and they shake and they get 4-star, 5-star reviews and everything. So I've got quite a few different questions about the show itself. I turned it on earlier and I see, what's the bear's name?
Billy Bob.
I see Billy Bob coming out of the trailer from Rockafire Explosion.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no way. And then within 30 seconds, I see Aaron Fector on there.
On Shipping Wars.
On Shipping Wars.
Yeah.
Who was the person that wasn't it a girl?
Yeah, he got the Texas girl.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's been on the show, he could answer like probably 7 of 10 questions that I have about it. So if we could set that up, that would be awesome.
No, I just texted him to ask if he has. So yeah,
Well-
don't have to necessarily do it tonight, but yeah, that's funny that you're like, want to know how the show works, and you're like, oh, I saw a guy we know on the show. Like, there we go, done.
Yeah, and they were in Orlando picking it up and everything. It was just really cool.
I'm looking at a picture of Brandy's feet right now, and I like them. You know, they're not bad. You want to see them?
Well, apparently she ended. No, like I said, I just don't like feet.
They're cute. They're
She
not
looks
too
like
long.
she
Not
lost. She
a
looks like she
feet
lost
guy.
weight again because she had definitely got. But you know, when people go through stress, they eat
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit. You know, so she got a little puffy. But even she's so hot. Even when she was puffy, she looked
Yeah.
pretty good. She was like cute, chunky.
She always looked clean on there. you
Oh
know?
yeah, no, very high class.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
came off as a
It's
high
not
class.
hard
type
to look
person.
clean when you're next to a guy like
Daryl
fucking
Sheets.
Dave. No, that guy Dave.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, he's
I like.
such a
I
piece of
wanted
shit.
into that guy's life.
Everybody.
Like every time I saw him, I'm like, why is he successful? Like somebody fucking destroy his business. Like why can a guy like be an asshole and then be prosperous?
The worst thing I ever seen him do on that show, and he did a lot of foul shit, was Daryl Sheets and him would always kind of have like pissing matches, and something Dave said something to Daryl about, if you give this kid $100, I'll give the other kid $100, but I know you're cheap, so you won't do it or something. So Daryl pulls out $100 and gives it to I couldn't tell if he gave $100 to each kid or if he gave $50 to each kid, and that he did hand money to both kids.
Yeah.
And then he said, come on, Dave, you said you'd, and then Dave was like, nope, just wanted to drain your wallet.
What a dude.
Yeah, I'm like, to kids, you know what I mean? It's like, ugh. What a jerk.
Nope.
Nope.
There was one guy that killed himself, Mark Valero or something like that.
What?
From that show?
Yeah.
Really?
The Hispanic guy who always dressed real nice.
No,
That guy
the
killed
one-
himself. Yeah.
Really, the one that looked like he was from a cartel or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wow.
No shit.
I forget the exact circumstance. I think he like killed himself in a car or something.
That's
So-
Oh, that sucks.
But yeah, hey, fame will fuck with your head. But if you go back and when you watch those and he's on there, you kind of see a guy that's might-
Insecure, like
and
overcompensating.
Boom,
yeah.
boom, because he's like handing money away to people and stuff like that at some point. So yeah, it sucks that people have to get to that point, and then when you mix up TV and trying to be famous and all that stuff,
Yeah,
with it really
yeah.
fucks with you.
It was probably more like, look at the people that ended up famous and I didn't make it on the show.
All right.
But that being said, like anyone who's listening to this show right now, like, hey, if you need somebody to talk to, like,
Call
it's
Dirk. Call
it's right
Dirk.
there. Like, yeah, like literally. No, I'm cool with it. I'm 100% down.
Call both of us.
It's
and
on
I will tell you to call
PC
Dirk.
PC Radio 69 at Gmail. Like, shoot us an email. Like, I will fucking wake up and talk to you. Like, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I have no problem.
And he's 100% truth about that.
Yeah.
And I would wish I would wake up, but I would probably sleep right through your phone call.
It's
I
not,
sleep
my
heavy.
brother's song, like literally the song we wrote together, literally says the world is better with you in it. Like, just understand that.
Yeah. And there's enough death on its own. This past week I lost another person.
Oh
kinda
man,
close to me.
I saw you post about that, and I didn't know who it was. And I didn't reach out to you because I know, like, we'll talk. But yeah,
No, that was just another a guy that worked at UCF, and that was one of the places I work at a lot.
Yeah.
And he followed me from company to company, and he was like really supportive of like me going on my own and stuff. And he has a son about my age, and he would always like talk to me for like an hour when I'd go there to work, and I'm like, I just want to get done with this job. Like you talk too much to me, but he loved to barbecue and shit. Like, he was a bigger guy, bigger than us, but
Really? That's commitment.
you don't think a guy like that.
I worked hard for this.
He just seemed so alive and healthy-ish. He had 2 new knees. He was a year away from retiring, less than a year away from retiring. We talk about that all the time. And,
wow.
And his son just got married and just found out 2 weeks ago that he's having a baby, and so he was all excited about that. And so he had told me before, like, some of his family line goes back to like the Bumbies and stuff. There's Bumby Avenue and all this shit.
Yeah.
His family went back to like some of the founders of Orlando and shit.
Oh wow.
And he was telling me about how his grandfather had an autoimmune deficiency disorder or something like that, and like 2 weeks after he retired, he died, and so he was a little nervous about that. And it's like, holy shit! So Monday he goes to work. You never know. He's feeling fine, but he collapses at work. He goes to the hospital. They find out, hey, he's got this autoimmune thing. We're gonna pump him with a bunch of antibiotics. He'll be back up in no time. But fuck no, like a few hours later he's gone. You just never fucking know.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
So you brought up the fact that he was going to be a grandfather shortly before he died. So that's obviously really shitty for the son because now his son doesn't get to have the grandfather, even though the wife's still pregnant. Hasn't had the baby yet. It's funny because I know people are just trying to be nice, but I get bitter when I'm like complaining about being single, maybe here or there, and people are like, oh, don't worry, there's time. I finally figured out the perfect response. Tell that to my dead dad.
Tell me.
Man.
Dude, my dad's been dead since 8, and that put something in my head. Like, man, I've got to pick up where he left off, or I'm not doing right.
Yeah.
So imagine how fucked up an 8-year-old, 9-year-old, not wanting to have the normal things that other kids want, just thinking, man, my next step is to eventually get out of this house of horrors with my grandparents and have a family and stuff. And that was my only focus since 8 years old. And marriage after wasted decade after wasted decade, until I'm finally like in my 40s. And I, again, if it was up to me, I probably wouldn't have kids right now because I told her, like, hey, settle down. I just got out of a relationship. So did you. We need time. And she said, fuck you. This is happening. And thank God she did.
You always said you wanted kids. I
did.
Let you totally roll on that.
No,
Right.
he did. But what he's saying is that he's like, at that point, he thought, like, I'm old enough that maybe I should, like.
Well, it's not that part. It was just, it's too quick. You're too new. I'm too new to you.
I gotcha, yeah.
You need to take a step back. We'll get together in 6 months. And she's like, fuck no, I'm getting on the show. I'm part of your life now.
I will say this.
Can we all say we're all better for that?
We are. We're 100%.
Yes, because, listen, Brittany is the fucking shit,
Yeah.
number one.
No
number
pun intended.
one. And number two, you finally have kids, which you always wanted, that number two.
Mm-hmm.
And number three, she holds you to your own bullshit, which is fucking great. Like, if for those of you who follow us on YouTube, go on YouTube and watch the video of Brittany hearing the song that Owen had made for her.
Before I take it down, of course.
Yes, where she finds out, oh, it's this beautiful song about Boston Brit getting married, and then it turns out being about her cleanse she's doing and how she's shitting up the bathroom at the house.
But she's getting ready. That's just for me, so that she'll be very attractive to me when we get married. So leading up to the wedding, when she's all slender and sexy and in that sexy dress.
Not that she's not sexy now.
No.
Definitely
she's the
sexy
sexiest when she's in that bathroom making it 3 degrees hotter. I'm just saying, I share a toilet with a 4.5-year-old and any guest that comes to the house, and that thing does not look nearly as worn out as
Oh,
the
don't
one.
say that. Don't say that. I'm gonna stop you there. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
This is the whiskey talking.
I will say this: it's really funny because I was always brought up.
That's a true friend that'll cut you off. Right
wait till you're.
Bushy's like, no, you're digging a hole, dude. Let me stop you.
I'm laying on the grenade right now.
I really want that dinner in May.
Laying on the grenade.
Yeah, so
you two need to get married. I need that meal in May.
Also, can I just say, I don't know who you guys hired, but whoever your wedding planners are and whoever is planning this whole wedding, I really hope that you went to them and go, hey, listen, I'm part of a talk radio show.
No.
So I hope you understand that what you're going to be getting is fucking bit time. The entire time that we're doing this whole thing. Like, you're going to hear shit.
Oh, I'm sure Brittany wants to hear that.
You're going to hear shit you never thought you'd hear before at a wedding. That's what you're in for. I hope you understand that.
Also, before the wedding, we're doing a little spook hunt there. We're going to go up to the 3rd floor and try to find that woman that hung herself.
God damn it.
Did you hear that where my mom texted me?
No, what? No.
My mom texted me. She's like, because you're the house.
Yeah.
And she goes, I wonder if Owen's going to
Do the
do a
ghost hunt?
ghost hunt. And I go, I don't think that's really fitting for a wedding. And she goes, yeah, but I know he has to do it.
Oh, go ahead.
And she goes, maybe wait till after the wedding so he doesn't spook Brittany.
No, it's right before. Right before we have access to everything. I plan on being more drunk later, so we can then like go back to the third floor and see the shots that we left out. See if anything drank it.
We'll all be dressed up so it'll be classy. Classy ghost hunt.
I'm wearing a tux. And then I'm also bringing my orange jumpsuit to put it on later. And
You should just wear a tux and just have an orange bow.
No, full jumpsuit. Maybe I should wear the jumpsuit down and then take it off while I'm down. No, I don't want to make a joke of this.
No, do not listen. I will 100% tell you, do not bring that jumpsuit out for the wedding. That's for after or whatever. You want to you want to do shit after the fact. That's fine.
I still say you should come down to the aisle to
Maybe.
Owen's married.
I have a best man. So we both have just one best person or whatever.
Yeah.
And the little boy's gonna be my not the baby, but Jackson.
Jackson, yeah.
He's gonna let me marry his mother. So, but he loves that song every time. I mean, I never in my life thought I'd be sick of like.
Okay, so Brittany just
anything
messaged,
Ghostbusters. What?
I will kill you. I don't know what that's about.
Either the jumpsuit or the theme song. There's several things. I mean, if she messaged within the last 10 minutes, there's 12 things that.
No, like that's the current minute we're on. Like 10:11. I mean,
she'll kill me.
It could be anything.
Who was above that? What was it coming above?
Take it.
And she just said I do, and that was at
No, above that.
9:54.
What's the one all the way up top?
Right. That's just yeah.
Oh.
That's our distributor. But here it said Brittany at 9:54 I do, and then at 10:11 I will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That seems normal for her. Switch. 1 minute she loves me, 1 minute she wants me dead. But anyway, all right. You want to call my grandmother to get her opinion on this Gene Hackman thing if she's awake?
Let's do it.
And then we'll do the my top 3 worst Disney princesses that you wouldn't want to screw if they were real.
I don't want to screw any Disney princess.
Oh wait, hold on. I just got a message back from Aaron Fector. Yes, it was fake and scripted. I promised my fans I would write about it write a bit about it and spill my secrets.
All right.
Yeah,
hey,
see,
do
I
it
want
here.
to talk to him about it. Like,
Don't fucking write.
Not now. I feel like we're all a little lit to go to, and I want to write down some questions.
I want to rewatch it too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Really?
I was gonna say I need to
Was
figure
that
out
English?
what season is. I could just Google watch it. Google search it.
Well, here's the funny thing. Remember I told you, like, it's basically all on repeat. They only play, like, 6 episodes a day, and they play them 3-4 times a day.
Why? Why do they do that?
Well, later on, when I came back from the picnic, I turned it on, and it was...
She said orange jumpsuit. I do it for I do is for NCIS.
Oh, okay.
I do, and orange jumpsuit is why she said I'll kill you if you wear the orange jumpsuit.
Okay, so you can hunt ghosts, just no wear an orange jumpsuit.
I'll just wait till after at the dance.
Like I said, it's got to be a classy ghost hunt.
Yeah, of course. Everything I've done is classy.
Absolutely.
What?
Oh no! I think I'm pulling up Granny.
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's right.
Are you ready to do this?
Yes.
All
I
right.
talk to her more on the show than I do in personal life. Again, Gene Hackman, a little controversy with his will.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. You still haven't broke that down.
I'll tell you in a second as soon as my grandmother answers the phone.
Hello.
Hello.
Please leave a- After the tone.
Hello, Grandma.
Hello?
Hello, Grandma.
Yeah.
Are you? What are you doing?
I was in bed. Why?
You were in bed. It's like 9:30. Last night it was like
No,
10:30, and you were still awake.
Yeah, but I was watching the news on television and eating in bed also, so I could stretch out.
That's not what I heard. I heard you've been partying lately.
That'll be the day.
Hey, I don't know if you figured out. I'm calling you on the radio. I mentioned to the guys how last night or yesterday I got a text from one of your neighbors. They were worried about you, but it turned out that you were out a little bit later than you usually are, and my 90-year-old grandmother was out partying doing something last night while I was in bed already. It made me feel a little lame. So so you're in bed tonight. Anything going on? Like what you're watching the news? Anything exciting on the news?
No, not really.
No.
Miss Dot, can I just say that Mr. Bushy is here?
Well,
Oh, gosh, am I thrilled.
You know how to get her going.
Hey.
But no. Have you heard about the Gene Hackman stuff? I wanted to call you for one thing in particular.
No.
You haven't heard about Gene Hackman? You know who he is, right?
No.
Gene Hackman, the actor?
I've heard of him, but he didn't interest me. Only Bushy interests me.
All right.
You
Well,
call me
okay, so
Bush hacking.
Imagine an actor that's like so debonair that he can be the bad guy, and chicks still love this guy, right?
Yeah. Well, the Gene
that sounds like Bushy, right?
That's absolutely Bushy.
I don't think so.
No.
Wait. Okay.
I
so,
only play the good guy.
Miss Dot, how do you see if Mr. Bushy was an actor? What would his character be? Like, how would you see him in?
Who would you cast me as?
Tom Selleck.
I don't know really. Maybe Jimmy Stewart.
Oh,
I'll
shit.
take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
What decade are we going to? All right. Well,
Mr.
Jericho,
Bushy goes to Washington. That would be a great film.
Can you talk like Jimmy Stewart?
Well, I don't
don't
know,
think
but
so.
when he goes to Washington, let me know and I'll go with him.
Bushy and Dot go to Washington.
I don't know why. I don't know. Okay. Well, anyway.
Boy, the news would be all over ABC, NBC, and CBS if we did that.
The
Miss
bee's
Dot,
knees.
Miss Dot, if it was Mr. Bushy in the movie, and the girl said, "Every time a bell rings," what would be the answer?
Every time a bell rings,
It's Bushy ringing that bell.
Well, I'd say, what do you want right now? I'm not available.
She shut you down, Bushman.
Yeah.
But that's all right. But all right. Let's get back to Gene Hackman real quick. Grandma. Gene Hackman, famous actor. He just recently was found dead in his house. His wife, which was like, I don't know, what, 20 years younger than him?
30 years.
30 years younger than him, was also found dead in the house. She apparently contracted some, contracted.
Yeah.
Is that the word?
Yeah,
yeah.
Contracted. Not never mind.
She
got a
contracted
disease
virus. Yeah.
and died.
Contracted.
She died in the bathroom, and because Gene Hackman was suffering from Alzheimer's, it was like 2 or 3 weeks later when he finally died. And he had no clue she was dead in there. And a horrible story, but the problem is, and you were,
smells.
Yeah, the smells. Smells probably was not good either. But the problem is,
Well, he was late stage. So here's the thing. So she was 65. He was 95. She died of a virus, and he was late stage Alzheimer's. So the feeling is he didn't even know that she had
was
passed
dead.
away because he was so far into the Alzheimer's that at that point they feel like he pretty much like starved because he had no idea that she was dead.
Yeah, that's
Like,
horrible. That's
yeah,
horrible. But
yeah,
we don't
yeah.
want to scare Grammy too much.
Well, she probably must. She was there dead that length of time. She must have started to stink.
Oh, yeah.
Probably. But,
Yeah.
But so,
Well, he was eating her, but she was just so skinny.
oh Jesus.
That.
No. So here's the controversy. Other than like people trying to figure out what actually happened, but you have always been a person to tell people to get their wills. You know, you're big onto that.
Oh yeah, you got yours yet?
You had me get mine at 28, and I still
Am I
have it.
in your will?
My
And
will?
you haven't
No, her
changed
will.
it yet.
I haven't changed anything yet, but
Well, just leave it that way, because I'm going to outlive everybody.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll be-
Miss
I'll-
Dot, is Bushy in your will?
No, she
Am
hung up.
I in his will? How do I
No.
know?
I said,
am I in
Miss
your
Miss
will?
Dot,
Are
is
you
Bushy in your will?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's getting all my stuff. How dare you?
Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah, I'd rather have you in there than Sandra.
Okay. All right. Let's not get. Okay, forget about it.
I'm getting a 42-inch TV and a universal remote.
So Gene Hackman had a will, And in his will, and he's made millions of dollars
Yeah.
and all this kind of
$80 million estate.
He left everything to his wife, who died like a few weeks before he did. So, what do you do in that kind of situation, Grandma?
You give it to the dog.
Well, why would you ask me that when that's a lawyer's answer?
Well, you're the one that's always telling me to get a will, and you tell all my friends to get a will, and you were on this big will kick for a couple of years, I think it was. But, like, when something like this happens, what good is a will if everybody's dead and now, like, the kids are just going to fight about it? I mean,
Well, the government will take it.
You think?
Yeah.
I have the answer.
You
if
do
wanna
have the
know.
answer.
Yeah, I know. I already read into this. So, Gene Hackman and his wife both had a clause in their death settlements, which I didn't even know that was a thing until I read this, that if they both died within 90 days of each other, then both of their estates became one.
Okay.
So, of course, so he left all three of his kids out of his will and left all of his money to his wife.
And so
she passed away, so now it's going to her. So that means that their entire estate of the both of them is all being liquidated to charity. And
That's
so,
a crap.
and so all
Yes,
so now,
I agree.
Now they said already one of his kids has already filed an injunction with LA County or with the county where they live to fight it because he's like, hey, like they left. He wrote the will in 2005, and they're saying that because of his advanced stage of Alzheimer's, they're like he didn't understand what was happening at the time. That's the argument they're using.
Mm-hmm.
Now, keep in mind that was 19 years ago, which is a pretty hard argument to say. 19 years ago, he didn't
had
know
Alzheimer's.
because his final film was the same year. Like he was still working, and his kids are arguing like, "Oh, he didn't understand what was going on. Like we deserve part of this," but he literally left his entire estate to his wife, who passed, and her estate said, hey, if we both pass within 90 days of each other, then it all goes to charity.
Well, I'd be changing my name to Charity.
Yeah, I think that'd be smart.
you would think there would be some set thing in place that even if you didn't have a will, your money went to your kids. Like I don't. That's obviously some.
But he did have one and excluded them.
Yeah, that's the
like
thing.
that's the crazy part about it to me.
But I'm saying what I'm saying is I don't even think that should be legal. You know what I mean? Like if you die, obviously you're dead. You don't care anymore.
Your stuff should go to your relatives.
Yeah, your stuff should go to your relatives. I'll just split it evenly.
What about your debt?
Your debt? What's debt?
Well, I mean, people, if they know they're checking out in a few months, they'll go get a couple credit cards, like $10,000 credit
I mean, if you got $80 million, you can pay off the credit
Yeah,
cards.
you're right. You're
not worried about that.
Well, anyway, I didn't know if you've heard about that story. I guess you need to watch the news a little bit more, Grandma.
Well, it depends on what station you're watching, what you listen to.
Who's your favorite news person?
Well, I don't really have any. I like them all pretty much.
What's your Channel 2 or Channel 9? Which one do you watch?
Well, I like channel 2, 6, and 9. So those are the ones I really. Yeah.
Oh, Miss Dot, do
You
you
like
watch
all the misinformation.
Miss Dot?
Yeah, but you
Miss
see,
Dot, local
what
channels.
What I do is I flip for the 3, and then the one that interests me most, that's the one I stick with.
Yeah, yeah. She's saying the Channel 2, Channel 9, and Channel 6.
Miss Dot, do you have a local newscaster like on the local stations that you think's handsome?
No, only Bushy.
Oh,
yes, I knew that was coming. Look at me. Look at this.
You should read her the news every night.
Right? Miss Dot, you want me to come read you the news every night?
Is this Bushy talking?
Yeah,
It's
of
not
course it is.
Oh.
All right. Well, that's
Wait,
it
hold
for-
on.
How you doing this evening?
Hold on. Miss Dot, would it make it better for you, like more comfortable for you, if Mr. Bushy just read you the news and told you like all the terrible shit that's happening in the world? If it came from Mr. Bushy, would it make it easier to deal with?
In a Chippendales outfit.
Well, I'd read the first couple of words, and if I didn't like it, then I would flip over to something else. So if he started in, then I probably would flip him off.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. But all right.
Were you in gymnastics when you were young?
No, she's going to flip you off in a way on the TV. But all right, Grandma. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad that your neighbor's suspicions that you were in trouble weren't right. And your health.
Who said that?
I told you this last night. She doesn't remember anything.
Well, I've got too much on my mind. I've had 2 people die that it's kind of upsetting for me.
Me too. Who are your 2 people?
Eula, Eula behind me.
Yeah.
Her daughter.
Okay.
And then Jeannie. You've heard me talk about Jeannie.
Yeah.
And her.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, that sucks.
This has been a depressing ass show.
How are you still alive, Grandma?
Well, because I'm ugly.
Damn it. The devil hates ugly.
I think.
Yes, he does.
I think God knows the world needs you, Grandma, and you're here for a little bit longer because God said so.
Well, I would hope so. Let him show Satan up.
Yeah, Miss
sure.
Miss Dot, do you ever wake up in the morning and go, "He missed me again. I'm gonna live forever"?
No, never thought that.
No, because at some point you have to look around you and go, I did it again. I escaped. I'm still here.
Listen to this woman though.
At some point, because okay, hold on. So Bubba, who's no longer with us, was on this show with us.
Oh damn!
And he said to you, Owen, you got a young grandma, and he was 68 when he passed. And he thought that Miss Dot was younger than him.
Yeah.
Oh, hell, I got him beat.
I know you do. You got a lot of people beat.
But no, Miss Dot, he thought you were younger than him.
Your spirit, Grandma, your voice, the way you're sharp, you're going to live forever. You're probably going to outlive me. I hate to say it, but.
Well, I'm going to outlive y'all. What are you talking about?
I know.
Miss Dot, we need to start as a culture thinking about what kind of word we're leaving behind for you and Keith Richards.
Yuck.
I don't even think she knows who that is. But
you know who Keith Richards is, right?
Yeah, but
that's no Bushy. No, wait.
I'm not interested in it.
Grandma, who's Keith Richards?
Well, people that I don't care anything about, I just brush them off.
All right.
It's the guy that sells eggs down at the Food Lion.
The Food Lion.
You recognize the name.
By the way, whenever you come over, is Bushy listening?
Yeah.
No, Bushy.
Bushy's here.
Bushy's right here, Grandma.
It's been 3 people on the phone. It hasn't just been me.
Yeah, I know it, but I can't, know which one's gonna be speaking up.
All right.
But anyway,
hold on.
Everyone, quiet down. This
Bushy,
is just between Granny and Mr. Bushy. Go ahead. You'll have your time.
No, I think she just wants to talk to me.
I just want to talk to you about Bushy.
Okay, all right. Bushy, don't listen for a minute. Nobody else listen. All right,
plug my ears.
What do you want to talk to about Bushy?
Well, when you come over next time, I've got a little care package for the Bushy family.
Okay, all right.
So I guess I need to get started on a family.
What'd you say?
I said I got to get started on a family then.
It's just Bushy and his mom.
Yeah, but it's like I robbed my cupboard.
All right.
Okay.
All her
But,
close to expired
nothing,
food is
it's
going to
nothing
you.
that's going to spoil. It's like canned stuff and in boxes and stuff like that. It's not a huge amount, but I just decided to rob my cupboard. I needed to replace it.
Yeah.
Well, this just all got too real. what the fuck?
Yes. Uh-huh.
You were supposed
by
to be
the way, by the way, the Canadians have
which are the nicest.
Ann and me off.
Okay, hold on for a minute. The nicest salt of the earth people who, whenever I would go through a terrible problem or like somebody would die on Facebook, I would be sad. They say the nice supportive things. But okay, so the Canadians, they've pissed you off, and why?
Well, because we offered to take them to the flea market. And they didn't do those things anymore. They were too good to do those things. So Diane and I said, shove it.
You want to go to my flea market? Fuck you.
Yeah, well, we like the flea market, and we go very often. We may go sometimes we'll go several weeks in a row and then maybe skip a week or something like that.
Well,
But the flea market is below them now.
Well, I mean, maybe they're not below them. Maybe they're like tight on money. They just had a death in their family recently, and maybe they just didn't want to do it. I mean, there's no reason to say like, screw you
Well,
people.
they just said they don't like to go to them anymore. They used to go to them all the time up there in Canada, but now they don't like them, so they don't go to them.
Well-
So Diane and I said to ourselves, "Shut it, kid."
Well, what's the going rate on fleas nowadays?
Who needs
fleas?
So what'd you end up doing? Did you meet with the Canadians or not?
No, and I'm not going to either.
I'm thinking.
No,
I'm thinking
and
of calling
I'm writing
them.
a note, and I'm going to listen to this. I am writing on a piece of paper, and I'm going to put it in an envelope, and I'm going to watch when I go, out Bahia Oaks entrance, because that's the way I always go out. I can see whether they're there or not. If they're not there, then I am scotch taping this note to their door.
What? Grandma, no.
Your grandma's
Yes,
a gangster.
I am. Yes, I am.
She
because-
wants all the smoke.
What's the note say?
It's
Yeah.
gonna say,
Hold on.
"Fuck you, motherfucker."
Oh, she doesn't talk like that. What's it gonna say, Grandma?
Well, I'm just going to say, have a safe trip back to Canada.
Oh, you can't do that.
I will. You wait and see. I already told Diane what I was going to do.
Well, that's a terribly mean thing to do and quasi-threatening.
Or is it
Well,
nice?
they were very nice,
So
And,
you're gonna chase them off?
They were very
well,
nice.
Well, they're in one section and I'm in another section, so I'm across 60th Avenue. I could get to the airport quicker.
Well,
You're on the radio. Let's not tell everybody.
Yeah, it doesn't make you like as bad as a racist or something if you don't like to go to a flea market.
It's the idea that it was a nice ride to it, and just walk around there a little bit, then a nice ride back, and then go out to eat.
Oh, that sounds so boring. I'd kill myself to get out of that.
Me too.
Yeah, I'll bet you would. But
I want to hang out with the
we've been down
Canadians.
there several times, and we really like it. And we just buy vegetables. That's about all we buy. There's other things, of course, for sale and whatever. But it's just a nice ride to go. Get out.
Grandma, I see what's happening. So you and Diane had something that you enjoy, and you wanted to share it with the Canadians, and they shut you down. And that is kind of like, hey, that's not cool. But then again, just let it fly off your back. I mean, you guys ended up going to the flea market anyway, right? Without them?
Well, yeah, we have been since. We talked to them. But, I thought it was kind of rude because they're on the road all the time. You know that.
I get you. But
I have one.
Okay, yeah.
Miss
go ahead.
Dot. Miss Dot, this is Dirt here. So this is just something I'm curious about. So Miss Dot, if you had, now just allow me to explore here. If you could say, what would be your perfect date with Mr. Bushy? How would it go? What would you want Mr. Bushy to pick you up? Where would you want him to take you?
Would you like to go to a flea market with him?
How would the day go?
And by take you, he means where would you have sex?
Why would I tell you and let you?
No, because I think it would be. I think there's tons of people who listen to this program who would want to hear someone of your stature, who's you have life experience.
5'2".
What would be the perfect date in your opinion?
I wouldn't have to worry about that because I'm old enough to be his grandmother.
That's true. She's my grandmother. So, yeah.
Don't make me knock that hip out of place.
And you know what? It doesn't make any difference to me. I'll tell you something else. I'm a little disgusted with 3 of my friends.
Why is that?
They went out to lunch without me, which they don't usually do.
Oh, fuck them.
What 3?
Yeah. Wait till I get finished. But I go out with these 3 men together and have a good time.
Wait a minute. These 3
Yeah.
friends you're pissed off at are men?
No, girls.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Alice, Rebecca, and Wanda.
Okay.
They went to lunch without me.
Wanda
and I
sounds like
oh.
the kind of name Wanda. Wanda, she'll do whatever she wants
Wanda's
to do.
really nice. I've met her. She's a really nice lady.
Okay.
They're all nice ladies, but why do you think they went out without you?
I don't know. I found it out accidentally.
Maybe they tried calling your cell phone.
Well, no.
You
I
don't think so?
No.
Don't
But
they
you
have
know,
your cell phone number?
Yeah, but
Does your
I
cell
doubt it,
phone work?
as far as I know of.
No, it
I- I-
doesn't. You know
I
it
got-
doesn't work.
I got to go down and you know what they did? Where we bought this cell phone, I always went in there to pay.
Yeah.
And now I can't go there because they told me I couldn't do that anymore. So now they're making me go down farther towards 75 to pay.
How dare they?
And, well, that's it, you know, because we got it there and whatever. And every month I went in there and paid, and then all of a sudden I couldn't do that. So I might have a few words down at the other.
Tape a note on their door.
Tape a
Yeah.
note on there.
Tell them to go back
yeah,
to
that
Canada.
That would be interesting, you know. Yeah, send them to Canada.
All right, I'm just
All right,
saying.
Miss Dot.
Hold on.
If you had to pick one place, he said if Mr. Bushy was to take you to
Why
dinner,
so is me?
if Mr. Bushy was to take you to dinner, what would be your spot where you go? That's the most romantic restaurant Mr. Bushy could take me to.
Golden Corral.
Where would it be?
Wherever Alice and Rebecca art.
What?
Never mind. No, don't worry
I
about
said,
it.
I said, Miss Dot.
Well,
what
if
would be the
Bushy
most,
took-
the
if
most?
Bushy took me to dinner, I don't want to rack up a bill, so we'll do McDonald's.
What?
That's
what,
your kind of woman.
What restaurant bathroom is the most comfortable to have sex in?
Stop it. Stop it. No, don't answer
Do
that
what?
question. Forget what
Nothing,
you just
nothing,
heard. No. All right. Grandma, we're going to let you go. Thank you for calling. Or
She's
not
way
calling.
too classy for me.
She is way. I mean, I don't know if classy is the word, but anyway. Grandma.
Oh, hey, I want to ask you a question. It has nothing to do with this program or anything like that.
Sounds
But-
great.
But she, Brittany said that Jackson broke something of Samantha's.
Oh, yeah, he breaks everything of Samantha's. But no, yeah. Those dolls that you sent, like a couple of them were boys, and I was showing him, and I think he was playing with one, and I think he broke it because he breaks everything. But
Now that's the little statuettes, right?
yes, I think there was like a little boy with a fishing.
Yeah,
pole.
but you got to get a shelf because I got about 10 more on my dining room table waiting.
I mean, great.
She got backup for you.
All right, well that's cool, I guess.
So, yeah, you sound thrilled.
I'm finding so much. It's so hard to find space for everything. It's
Owen's
like-
changing his middle name to Tchotchke.
Well, no, she must have some sort of space in her on the bedroom wall in her little room.
Well, it's
Is
it's
she
half
sharing it now with the
yes,
baby?
yes. They're we've got 2 cribs in there now. We got the boy version of the girl crib that we have in there, 2 changing tables. So it's half boy, half girl. So that's why I haven't put a shelf up yet and put those wonderful dolls up yet.
The only thing that can make your
Well, you know
boudoir
what?
sexier is dolls from your grandma.
You got to be looking for a different. You got to move so they each can have a bedroom.
No. When you get over here next, you'll see that Brittany bought Jackson a nice bunk bed bedroom set. And so there's like a nice big queen bed underneath, and then the bunk bed, a full bed up top. And eventually, when William gets old enough, he's going to be sharing the room with Jackson. Or like you said, we'll move and everybody will have their own room. But I'm not into spending any more money. I'm like, you kids, if we have any more, you're making it work here in this one fucking bedroom. I don't care. But anyway, I'm sorry. But anyway, Grandma.
Anyway, that's going to be hard on Jackson to share as old as he is, and then to have to share it with a baby. But that's your problem.
And at some point, there has to be a bedroom for your grandma and Mr. Bushy.
We'll convert
Well,
one
you
of the
know where
garages.
Grandma sleeps when she goes over there, don't you?
Mr. Bushy's room.
No, on the couch.
On the couch. No, seriously, I do, and I like it. Because I can watch television all night.
Wild. Calm down, girl.
Oh, I do have a okay, hold on. I have to ask you this. Grandma Dot.
She's
All
got to
right.
get her beauty rest.
Grandma Dot. So I know I already know this. So you're a fan of are you a fan of the new Kathy Bates what was it called? The Andy Griffith one. She's in right now.
Andy Griffith.
The new Kathy Bates series that she's in.
Andy Griffith is dead, right?
I know, but Kathy Bates
Hold
just
on, I'm
revived it. It's the new series.
Bates new series.
Oh. I don't think I've seen it.
It's not on 2, 6, or
Oh,
9.
Matlock.
Matlock.
Grandpa
Oh,
used
Matlock.
Matlock.
I haven't watched him lately.
Okay, but you know
He's
Matlock.
not sexy enough for me.
Oh, Brittany just popped up in the text Matlock. So you know Matlock is back, but now it's Kathy Bates as a female Matlock.
Weird. Is she
Called Catlock?
Yeah.
Cutlock.
No, she wouldn't interest me. 'cause
No, but
Grandpa probably would watch it.
I don't go for ladies.
You're not a fan of Kathy Bates at all?
No.
Oh.
She's waiting until she's 105 to get into women.
That's right.
Well, next
right.
time you're over at the house, Grandma, I'm going to play the new Matlock for you. Maybe it'll bring up memories of Grandpa because he used to watch Perry Mason and Matlock all day long, and Western shows. So.
Yeah.
But all right,
Yeah.
Grandma, I know you need your beauty sleep. It's almost 11 o'clock at night. I mean, I'm usually sound asleep by now.
No, because I let the television go all night, and I've been cussing it out because it didn't have the programs on I wanted.
Are you on the right set? She's probably not even on the right setting. I've had to show her how to do the
You
TV.
do know the people in the TV can't hear you, right?
She don't care.
I don't care whether they do or whether they don't.
Makes her feel better. So, but all right, Grandma, we're going to let you go. Any last things you want to say to either Dirt or Bushman or me?
I don't think so. Did I tell you that that Susan behind me died? That
Eula's daughter died. Yep, and so did Jean.
Yeah, and her son is about ready to kick the bucket too.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. We'll update
now
the list.
So now all she'll have left is just nieces and nephews, and a nice car that's not driven. So it's probably got not hardly any miles on it, and whatever.
All right.
It's under-
Miss Dot, you should
So
swoop in
anybody
and try to. Miss Dot, swoop in and try to buy that car.
Do what?
Swoop in, try to buy that car.
And then leave it to me in your will.
What do you say? Swoop in and you go, hey, you got a car that's not got a lot of miles on it.
Hey,
probably not worth much. And then offer him like almost nothing.
Well, hold on, Grandma. Your car, speaking of your car, is it still making that weird noise when you have the AC on?
I don't think so, because I think I don't remember it having now because I don't really run the air conditioner.
All right,
but
good.
I was up to board and they said everything here a few days ago, and Hobbs says everything is pretty good. And of course, I don't ever have anything ever done on it unless I take it up there. That's where I bought it, and they got everything on record and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, right. All right.
Oh, and you know who Hobb is.
I do. Yes, I remember. Nobody else does, but I do. So, all right. Grandma, you have a good night. I'm glad I got to talk to you 2 days in a row, and we'll probably get up there to see you again pretty soon. So.
Well, don't come unless you call me because most of the time I'm not here. I'm usually with ramming the Diane to Plaque or someplace like that.
Man, what are you going to do now that Jeannie's gone? Are you going to drive up there still and take care of her cats or what?
Oh, she doesn't live in Palatka. She lives south.
Well, whatever. You used to drive up to or wherever she lived all the time checking on her cats, right?
Yeah, and now that Carlos and he's she willed him her place.
Oh,
you
did
were there.
she?
Yeah, but you've been there, right?
No, but for the story, sure, yeah.
But it's out in the country, and she has a little cabin, got several cats in there, and one of them Diane has to take to the doctors every week, to the vets. And so Carlos and Diane, they feed the cats. I don't know how much longer that's going to happen, but they're there by themselves.
Well, they're Carlos's problem now. She willed them to him. So.
Yeah, she willed him everything, the house and whatever, and I've been invited to go in the house, but I'm not going in because they said that she's got sacks of junk in there, and that doesn't
She was a
interest.
hoarder, I think, but
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. Well,
I found a hummingbird in there, and she brought it out and gave it to me and said, this is from Jeannie, so I thought that was nice.
A hummingbird?
What the fuck is going on?
Well, hummingbird, a glass hummingbird.
Oh, okay.
Not a real hummingbird. Okay.
Like they found a
Oh,
random
no.
hummingbird.
I thought it was living in the house. Like there was a hummingbird living in the filth, and your grandma fucking saved it.
It landed on my
Well,
shoulder.
They asked me if I wanted to go in the house, and I said, no, I'll stay outdoor with the cat.
Yeah, you're kind of small and skinny. You probably would get stuck in something.
She could probably squeak into all the places they couldn't get into anymore.
Yeah, she doesn't want
She can't go outside. A hummingbird will carry her away.
Yeah, right.
All right,
they
Grandma.
found the glass hummingbird in there, and Diane knows that the hummingbirds are my favorite, so she brought it out and gave it to me.
Oh, that's nice. All right, we're gonna let you go, Grandma. Thank you for thank you for picking up on the phone call finally. And
Well, I didn't call you; you called me.
I know
remember?
that's what I'm. The details are foggy, Grandma. So
Yeah. Well, yeah.
yeah, we're gonna
Well,
take a
good night,
break.
And, it was fun talking to you.
You too.
You too.
Well, we're gonna take a break, and when we get back from the break, I have a list of the hottest Disney princesses. Do you know the Disney princesses?
No.
Okay, never mind then. Like Sleeping Beauty and Aurora. Those are princesses.
Oh, I heard of them, but I never paid any attention to them.
Miss Dot, who's the sexiest woman you've ever seen?
Princess Diana.
Wonder Woman.
A Wonder
Woman. There you
Now,
go.
are you talking about Gal Gadot?
Probably.
You know who I mean, don't you?
Who's that?
When I Wonder Woman, she had a.
Yeah. From the comic books,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, who's the sexiest man you've ever seen?
Hush. Never heard of Hush.
No.
Well,
I know you used to like Harrison
I
Ford.
think he's with you. How about that? I don't want to say his name.
All right.
Wait, why don't you want to say his name?
Secret.
It makes her feel.
Miss Dot, can you cough and say his name so it's not so clear?
I'd rather not because I don't want to embarrass him there with you.
She's talking about the ghost of my grandfather. That's the.
Oh yeah.
My grandfather. Was he the sexiest man you ever laid eyes on, Grandma?
Well, at the time.
Best answer ever.
Now, hold on. I remember Grandpa used to tell me that he had the little service station across the street from your house, and even though, Grandma's. Well, that's where you lived. It was your house too. Even though, like, what was going through your head? You would go over there every day and get ice cream because you found him attractive. You were flirting with him.
Well, not every day because I didn't have that kind of money, but every once in a while I go down.
Now,
we were talking about buying ice cream. That's a little aggressive.
No,
and then one night I went down, and there was always about 4 or 5 chairs at one end in where the cash register was. People came in that way, and ice cream cooler and that sort of thing. And I was sitting on the ice cream cooler, and the other ones were sitting in the row of chair, and they were just talking away. And finally, Bud Lyons came in. He was a good friend. Just a minute. And this chair particularly was left empty. And they had taken and put in a little wad of paper under the seat of that chair and glued it on there. And then Jim Padgett, after he'd been there for a minute, Jim Padgett reached down and under there and lit his lighter, and he didn't hear it. He lit the paper and give him a hot seat. See, the paper that was stuck to the chair, that metal chair,
caught on fire. Yeah. It made
and
us
then
feel it.
give him a hot seat.
I don't
So
think you can
said-
do that anymore.
You said you used to go down a couple times a week?
No,
Oh.
practically every day. What are you talking about?
Oh, you went down every day.
Almost every day. She couldn't
And
go every day. She didn't have
And
that
then
money.
that ended up being your husband?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's usually how that works.
and I was still going to school, so he would take me to school every morning.
Oh
So
man.
you had Fire Dome.
I need to tell you, guys, you don't know this. He was 12 years her senior. So
Yeah.
if you were still in school, you were what, 17?
Yeah.
So he was, let me do the math real quick, 10 plus the
29?
29 years old.
Yeah.
What was going through your head when you're 17 years old saying this 29-year-old, almost 30-year-old that works at this gas station, I'm going to go get ice cream from him until he dates me?
She was the coolest chick in school.
I paid for my ice cream.
Okay, I mean, in the 50s, if you were a woman, all you said to a man was yes.
Yeah. Well, it depended on what it was.
Well, hold on. Grandpa said you were the more aggressor of, like, coming on to him, like you were bothering him, and so he basically took you out. Is that true, or did he like you? Was he flirting with you?
Well, I think it went both ways.
All right. My grandfather was a little perv, I guess.
Oh, now be
Different
careful.
time.
Well, I'm dating a girl. I'm marrying a girl who's 8 years younger than me. I mean, that's pretty big. That's only 4 years difference than you guys. So I'm a little I guess, like them young too, huh? I don't know.
Don't say that.
Well, did I ever tell you what Grandpa did to Russell?
Grandpa is
Probably.
Russell.
Huh?
Who are you talking about? Because Grandpa is Russell.
Grandma, I married Russell. Here we go, this way. And so Dad went down.
Oh, your
to,
dad. Okay. All right.
Listen. So Dad went down to the gas station one time because that's what he had. And they were standing there talking a few minutes. And he says, "What stinks around here?" So Russell, he went, snuffed up a little bit. And so he started looking around. And Dad had gone out in the back room on the heater and put a bunch of Limburger cheese.
I'm so glad.
Limburger.
I thought this story was maybe
And
going a really
Limburger.
bad direction. We're gonna have to dump.
Yeah, but Limburger cheese does not have a good odor to it.
No, it smells like straight shit.
And then to put it
Yeah.
on the heater and yeah, gross. Oh, you,
Put it on the water heater, yeah.
oh, the 50s.
That's how you woo a woman.
Yeah.
Come huff my Limburger, babe.
Yeah.
That was her dad. Hey, did your parents approve of you dating such an older man?
I guess so.
Okay,
They never told me no.
All right.
Oh man. So Miss Dot, are you excited about the wedding coming up?
Well, it's okay. You know that weddings don't interest me anymore because I'm too old.
Yeah, but don't you think it's exciting that Owen he's finally had 2 grandkids for you, and now he's gonna get married, and it's like we get that whole storybook ending to all this is pretty
well,
good,
I guess
right?
it's all right. It's his decision. It's not mine. He's got to live with her. I don't.
No, but you're going to get to enjoy the party. You get a free party, and you get to be there, and Mr. Bushy and all of us are going to be there.
And we're having dancing there, so you
And
and
you're gonna
Bushy
get-
are dancing.
Yeah, you and Mr. Bushy get to dance together at the wedding.
Slow dance.
I doubt it because I don't know how to dance anymore.
That's all right.
Mr.
You don't-
Bushy
you
knows
don't-
how he'll teach you.
Yeah, you don't know how to Dougie?
No.
All you have to do is put each of your feet on top of his and just hold on tight.
Oh, well, that sounds pretty simple.
All right, Grandma.
Let me tell you about this guy. I used to babysit for 2 little kids while the mother was a nurse, and she went and helped. The lady's name was Mrs. Mold. She had to give her massages and stuff like that because she was not very well. So I used to go babysit with Billy and Janet, the 2 kids.
Okay.
So this guy across the street lived upstairs. So when I come out there about 9 o'clock at night, if I'm babysitting, Russell would stop and get me and then take me down to the house, which is about 50 feet or something like that. So the guy upstairs,
Small town.
he was watching, and so he reported it to my mother. And Mandy, that's the lady that I babysat for. And so one night I was going out, and I happened to look through her living room window, and I could see her leaning against the dining room wall and was watching me. And so anyway, he was trying to make trouble between Russell and me. So when we got married, I took one of the wedding invitations and took it up, and I knocked on his door because he lived upstairs. Knocked on his door, and he came down, and I handed him a wedding invitation, and he was really ticked because he thought he was going to make some problem, and it turned out to be his problem, not mine. And I told him, I said, when you get the gift, I said, if Mama is not home, and only about 3 houses in between. I said, if Mother's not home, I said, you can leave it in the rocking chair on the front porch, and I'll get it from there. Thank you very much.
That got him.
I like the idea that she's giving out wedding invitations out of spite.
Yeah, she was.
I'm getting married.
Yeah, he's the only one I given a wedding invitation to. But see, he was so nosy and trying to make trouble for Russell and me that I ended up getting even with him.
And
That'll show him.
He's the only one that showed up to the wedding too.
She didn't even.
No, he never did.
She didn't even write in cursive. She printed that invitation. That really got him.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It
All right.
started. That
And-
letter started with, "Hey, motherfucker."
No. Be careful.
I'd like to said that to him, but I really wasn't that rude.
Yeah, she's a good woman. All right, Grandma, it's getting late, and I know I need my beauty rest.
I'm so hungry.
Yeah, and I'm a little hungry too. But anyway, thank you for talking to us on the phone. We called you, and thanks for clearing up the whole Will thing with Gene Hackman. Did she? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
She didn't even know who Gene Hackman was.
Well, I've seen him, but he didn't have anything that I thought that it would interest me.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman ain't got nothing on this.
I know. You look a lot like my grandfather, only if my grandfather grew a big beard. So I'm just saying. You're a big, big stocky guy. But all right. Have a good night, Grandma. We'll talk to you later. All right?
Yeah, and y'all go to bed and behave yourselves after you get there.
I can't promise anything.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
I know Brittany gets fixed next week, and so then it's on.
Don't say gets fixed. That
Oh,
sounds so bad. She's
Well,
she's broken now. We're gonna put her together.
I want to let you go, and I love y'all. Okay.
All right.
Love you too.
All right.
You're all
Have
right.
a good night, Miss Dot.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Shoo. This is what I deal with. I hear those same stories every time we talk on the phone. That's why I only talk to her like once a month.
Well, that's one of the reasons I bitch about going on these picnics is every single drive, it's the same. Can you believe how long that tree's been there?
I
Like
know.
that store's been there since me and your father drove this vehicle, and then you go down. Can you believe how this has grown in the last several years? I don't remember that being there.
Okay.
Oh, what are they building there now? That's another good one. Like, we got to turn around and go back and look at what the fuck sign is on some construction site because you want to know what they're building, even though she'll never go there.
Well, that's okay. I mean,
So, here's my request. Can we take a quick break and can we do one more segment of Bushy's new segment of what Bushy's girlfriend's been saying?
No, I don't have that set up yet.
You don't have it set up yet?
No,
man.
I thought we had the other thing going on, so I didn't put it together.
Oh, man.
what Bushy's girlfriend's been saying?
The
non-existent one?
We'll see. We'll just tease it a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm interested. My nipples are hard.
You're not the only one.
So what are you guys going to do? You want to end the show here, or do you want to do one more segment?
I'll do whatever y'all want. I'm pretty hungry. I think we did 2 pretty good segments. If y'all want to keep going, we can do that.
I think this is the Bushy's girlfriend right here.
You've never given up on me.
You've never given up on me. Anyway, you know who this is?
You've never given up on me.
No.
Yeah, how about this one?
Our kingdom is young. Our stories are not yet legend. But in them, our bond was struck.
Hey, this fucking annoying talking. Scottish. That's number 3 on my list of the worst Disney princesses you don't want to screw. That's Merida, the redhead one from Brave. And I'll tell you why. Not only is she a redhead, and that's strike.
I love redheads.
You love them?
Like 50% of all my girlfriends have been redheads.
Well, that's your problem.
I like your really pale skin and freckles.
Not only does she talk weird and has red hair, but she has so much hair, you know that shit is all over the shower. And if that shit gets into your house, it'll be everywhere forever. And plus, she just sounds weird, so I don't like her. So she's number 3 on my list of
I like
princesses.
red hair and accents, so we disagree already.
All right, well, you'll like my number 1 on my list, but let's go with number 2. Worst Disney princesses and the grossest, I would say, that you don't want have anything to do with. Not like the hot ones on the list. Would be Jasmine. Jasmine's from Aladdin.
I'm just going to go ahead and say no Disney princesses are hot.
Well, you just wait. You just wait.
What? How old are they supposed to be?
It doesn't matter.
It kind of matters.
It doesn't matter.
Don't ever say that.
Some of these take place like hundreds of years ago, so they're like 200 and something years old if we're going by proper time. Just suspension of disbelief. Number 2 is Jasmine. She's got a big nose. Eyes are way too big.
I like the puffy pants.
Well, what are those hiding?
She could dance, right?
They're not really puffy from air. You know that woman's hairy and doesn't groom down there. That's all hair. So Jasmine out. Merida.
That's the
out.
wrong kind of magic carpet ride.
Yeah, exactly. Not so magic carpet ride. And the number 1 on my list, the worst Disney princesses you don't want to have anything to do with, which you probably be right down into. Redhead, the Little Mermaid.
Nah, it's too juvenile.
The bitch smells like fish.
Oh my god.
That's all I gotta say. So, those are the 3 worst ones. Do you want to take a break? Or you want to just end this now with the hottest list? We'll end this now because I'm hungry. We've been talking a lot. And I want to get this over with. So the hottest princess, I got 5 of them right here. I think there's like 13 or 14 princesses now, and I think you can include Princess Leia in there. Princess Leia is a runner-up. She did not make the top 5 because any bitch that would kiss her brother has got to be a little kinky, right?
Or really popular on Pornhub.
One of the two. So she was my runner-up. Now, number 5 on the list of the hottest Disney princesses is Rapunzel.
Yeah.
Great hair.
Yeah.
Not crazy unkempt hair like that Merida one. This is nice, beautiful hair that you climb up to. She spent most of her life in a goddamn tower, so she's not going to be comparing you to all her other fucking boyfriends.
Word.
So she doesn't know what's out there, so you could take her to like fucking the Sizzler, and she'll think this is the greatest thing ever. So
I don't like that this list is starting to make sense.
Rapunzel, number 5. Number 4 on the list is Tiana from that Frog movie. And she's on the list just so people don't call me racist. Number 3. Damn it. Number 3 on the list. Elsa from Frozen.
Yeah.
Cold bitch.
God damn, that bitch is so cold. I want her to touch my nuts. I just want to see what it feels like. Who needs ice when those fingers are fucking frozen? So Elsa's on there. Plus, she has family issues. She also locked herself away into a room for years, so she doesn't have anything really to compare you to other than frozen things. And
I see a trend going on here that's you're really kind of down on yourself if you're not paying attention.
Number 3.
As long as they don't have anybody to compare me to, I'm the best.
Number 3 on the list. Wait, did I skip one? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was Elsa was number 3. I forgot.
Okay.
Number 2. Oh, no, this was hard. 1 and 2 were pretty hard. Number 2 on the list was Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Right.
Little
She'd
nerdy
fuck
chick.
anybody.
We're getting there. God damn it, you jumped that. Little nerdy chick, reads books all the time, so you know she's quiet. She's got a fucking crazy father who, you know, if she can put up with him and love him, she's got to love me, you know?
I had this exact same list in high school, except for it wasn't Disney princesses. It was just whoever had the lowest standards in order.
So one of my buddies, Billy Myers, who's a comedian,
Yes.
he took issue with Beauty and the Beast a few years ago, and he said, all of you Disney people who are complaining about all the shit that Kevin Spacey did, he goes, need to back the fuck up, because y'all like Beauty and the Beast, and it's about a wildebeest fucking a 14-year-old, and y'all love that movie so much they made it twice.
All I got to say is a woman that could see through that exterior and still fall in love, I'm right there.
Would approve of me.
And finally.
He seemed like he had a good record collection, though.
You know, the Beast?
I look at the Beast, and I'm like, yeah, that guy's got some... He's
Yeah.
got Allman Brothers on vinyl.
Yeah, but it's all scratched up. Number 1 on my list, hottest Disney princesses. And at first, this one wasn't a princess, but they added her a few years ago. And I'm really not too sure about the movie, whether she is a princess or she's just a chosen one or something. But her second movie just came out. It's Moana. And I'll tell you why. This young lady is the fucking hottest Disney princess. A, tube top.
Nah.
B, barefoot every movie. C, beautiful fucking full hair. Not like that red hair grossness stuff. This is brown. And C, her skin is a nice brown, so she'll always be a nice tan no matter what. And dude, the girl is always wet. No matter what scene it is, she's dripping in some way. So those are the hottest Disney princesses.
Oh, man.
I'm not clapping today.
I clap for myself.
I feel like this is one of those lists you make at night when you can't fall asleep and you're tired of watching OxyClean commercials, and you just make a list that no one will ever see one day.
And I bring it to the radio.
Instead of that, just start watching more Storage Wars and Pawn Stars, and you too will be able to price anything at a glance.
Thingamabobs? They're $20. That's a little.
The best one's always, to me. The best one is always the rolls of fabric. Oh, that roll of fabric, $150.
Yeah,
like,
who's buying that?
But nobody buys fabric. Nobody sewed. The reason it's in the storage locker is because they couldn't sell it.
I remember back in the day, Bill Hicks, the comedian, he goes, I've watched so much Cops that I think I can buy a trailer with experience now. Because I'm like, oh, man, that one's got the center island.
Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
All right. I think that's good. That's good for tonight, right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
so.
I'm good.
All right, this is a
we didn't freebase any
fitting.
Alice
This
yet.
is like on my list of my favorite
was
Damned
mainline.
songs. I think this one fits. 1979.
The year I was born.
Yeah. Wait, did you hear the chorus?
Well, and he even poured the rest of the other bottle into that one. So
Yeah.
technically, yeah, we actually killed more than a bottle.
Here we go. Listen. What do you say? I just can't be happy today. All right, you've been listening to Pop Culture Radio. We will see you again next week.
God willing.
Jump on the live stream. Live every Saturday night on YouTube and Facebook. If you want to jump in the comments, comment to us, and we will see your comment. We will talk about it on the air. Until next week, have a good night.
But after next week, have horrible nights.
They're burning the books. The church is in ruins. The priests hang on hooks. The radio's on ice. The telly's been banned. The army's in power. The devil coming!
Pop Culture Radio has been a weird sort of production. Like and subscribe on your favorite platform.